think you're a hater, Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's gay to haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bridge, you talk to the hand. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them. Get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
Look, you see that other chick asked that. She said where the cash at. Rim said where the paper, plastic product, and where the stash at. Where the keys to the whip in the crib and where's the address to that chick that be hiding bricks in the ass crack. Susan piping, call me baby. I'm related to Weezy. Some of them call me Ara, them call me Easy. Find out I'm doing the man that is bird is calling me screaming chicken wing. Groupies I be frying, they just call me greasy. See, I know we got a name, but I'm cool being the other one. Cause he can't get tight when you hear I pipe another one. I don't fall in love with them, and then I'm done with them. Most they give from
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. I'm not moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was close, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fight. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my nigga. I'm in the street with it, you dig what I'm saying? Nigga know they gotta kill me or die, nigga. Fuck you mean? Talking about smoke and we still living in the same bitch. No, sir. You don't got smoke with me, baby. You'd have been there, huh? G-Stack, bitch. Whatever I fuck up, Tom.
Salute to my brother G Stacks, still doing his fair time right now. Should be home in the next 5 more years. He been gone about 4. Salute to my brother, or my little cousin, but he's like my brother. Hard-headed little nigga. Motherfucking 38-year-old gangbanger. All things, peace and blessings to you, my brother. Big AMC FSG. And shout out to my brother, EB motherfucking Sweat a Lot. And shout out to EB Sweat a Lot in the Cash App with the $5 holler. Appreciate you, King. He say just paying the dues. Appreciate you, my brother. The beautiful Miss Todd Drakeford. How you doing today, Queen? Joseph Vermeer, what up, homie? Big AMC Banks in the building. Salute. Motherfucking the motherfucking minister, the Reverend Rod Walker in the building. Shalom King. Peace and blessings. Happy Shabbat to you, brother. Brother Huey P. Newton. And shout out to my brother Southpaw. Let me get Southpaw hooked up real quick. My brother Huey P. Newton. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you. Hold on one second, Southpaw. Let me get you right, bro. Hold on one second. Hold on. Dr. Key will be here in about 5 minutes, y'all. Shout out to my brother Melvin There Podcast in the building. Salute. To the OG Southpaw in the building. Salute. Don't mess with Texas in the building. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Peace and blessings. The beautiful queen, Miss Arena. Big AMC FSG's first lady. Besides Key. You know we in the building. So too truth in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Richie L. What it do, homie? Peace and blessings to you. Light skin business in the building. Salute. Let's see to make sure we get everybody. Lee Jackson, what it do, homie? What it do, Lee Jackson in the building. My brother Andy Gill, what's poppin', pimpin'? Salute. All right. So I'm about to get started before Dr. Key get her little butt in here. Y'all know she always late. She on colored people time. Oh, hold on. You know she be on that colored people time. Shout out to my brother Marquis, Big AMC FSG in the building. And for those who don't know, AMC, we the anger management crew fire stick gang. You feel me? My brother Kilo Nella in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. My brother Thomas Hill, the OG. What's going on with you? Terrence Gadden, salute, bro. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. JTM, what up, bro? Shit, chilling. What up? All right. Shout out to my brother Southpaw. I was on his episode. I was on his show last night. Me and Southpaw been around for a minute. But salute. Everybody else being in a minute. You know, I came on just a little bit early today. But you know, we about to get popping. So look. Now, Desmond Johnson, what up, bro? Peace and blessings. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that's ironic. Superior Green, here you go. You saying black fighters don't sell. Why is this? Superior Green, don't time him out. Superior Green, who is the all-time biggest seller in boxing, you dumbass? Why you Superior Green, your dumb ass don't understand who is the all-time lead seller in boxing, you dumb piece of shit. I think it's Floyd Mayweather. And I think Floyd Mayweather is black. You know, I think he's top 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he did it with a white person, a Philippine. He did it with a Mexican and he did it with a black person. So he did it with all races. He was the common denominator. Talk about superior. It's always the dumb niggas that come in here with the dumb ass shit. All right. Yeah, it's always them, but don't time them out. I like when the dumb people come in here. And then you saying that black people don't sell. Okay, you talking about right now, Superior Green. Who sold more than Errol Spence? Is he not a black person? Gervonta Tank Davis. Is he not black? You dumbass. Gervonta Tank Davis. Errol Spence. People are still waiting on Errol Spence like cocaine drying, bro. They've been waiting. If you mention Earl, it goes viral. Canelo ain't the top seller, if that's what you about to say, because I can give you facts. You can add up Canelo's last 4 fights. I know, Ty. Don't kill him yet. Devontae Cromwell salute. You can add up the proceeds that Canelo made in his last 4 fights, and you can add up the proceeds Gervonta Tank Davis' last 4 fights with the Ryan Garcia, the Frank Martin, the Lamont Roach, and the Hector Luis Garcia, and Gervonta is kicking Canelo's ass. If you add up their last 4 fights, because guess what? I've done it on this show before. You know, Gervonta is up 16 million. Yeah. So that's not ancient history. Piss for a piece of shit of a man. Motherfuckers come up here. You feel me, Kello? Niggas can't let me live, bro. I be trying. Punk ass niggas like this is the reason why I don't never get remonetized, because they come up in here with the dumbest shit. Yeah, EB got me tripping out the gate. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Errol Spence outsell Canelo? Yeah, he did. His fight with Danny Garcia. Errol Spence had the gate record that year. He had the gate record that year. And when Earl come back, it's gonna do even more. You know what, Queen? Ty? I ain't gonna hold you, baby. Do what you want to do, baby. Do what you want to do. You say you surgical with that shit. I can't take away your training day. You hit me with the reference. Do what you want to do. Jake Paul's the face of boxing. Jake Paul's the face of MMA. That shit ain't even considered boxing. You dumbass. You dumbass. That shit ain't boxing. That shit's an exhibition. It's exhibition. And when Jake Paul was in a serious fight, he got beat by a nigga off the cast of Big Brother. You saying Jake Paul is the face of boxing because he did a show with Mike Tyson. Don't you know if Edward Berlanga got in the ring with Mike Tyson, he would do the same fucking numbers, you dumbass. He's not the face. Mike Tyson is the face of boxing. Is Mike Tyson, then it was Floyd Mayweather after Tyson. He passed it to Floyd. Mike Tyson can get in the ring with anybody and do them numbers. If Jake Paul was the face of boxing, why ain't none of his other boxing matches do that much, you dumb piece of shit? Why his other boxing matches did not accumulate that type of revenue? It's called Mike Tyson. If me and Mike Tyson was to get in the ring, if me and Mike Tyson was to get in the motherfucking ring, I'd do 50 million. I'm being so rude because you're coming up here with dumbass shit, dude. First off, you said, why am I being rude? First thing you did was come in here and say, why are black fighters not selling? Why are black fighters boring? Was that not what you came in here and said? And then when I gave you the top selling boxer of all time, which is Floyd Money Mayweather, then you said not ancient history. So then I gave you Errol Spence and I gave you Gervonta Tank Davis, who is literally kicking the shit out of Canelo right now. And then you talk about, why am I being disrespectful? Dude, you came in here and started disrespecting from the word go, dude. Don't throw rocks and hide your hand because you came up here with a punk ass narrative and I sat there and shitted on that shit. Now you feeling stupid. Then you gonna come in here talking about a fucking Jake Paul, a person who's not even a real fucking boxer. And when he got in his real boxing match, he got beat by the guy from Big Brother. Tommy Fury is not even a boxer. but he has a boxing background, and he beat the shit out of your so-called face of boxing. He beat the shit out of Jake Paul. A man that was on a reality TV show beat your so-called face of boxing. Jake Paul cannot beat no boxer in the top 20. The top 50, you dumbass. That's why I'm being disrespectful, because you came in with violence first, nigga. You didn't come in here with no damn respect. You could have came in and asked the question. No, you came in trying to be facetious, and you came in with that dumb shit, and now I stood on your goddamn neck. That's what happened. You coming in here with these false ass narratives. You take this shit back over there to Blue Blood and go and get flew out with Blue Blood and get y'all cheeks clapped. Y'all know how y'all like to do it. And tell him I said it. He know me. And that be the crazy shit. Like, people hate the damn. He was slick trying to hate on Gervonta Tank Davis, who was outselling Canelo. If you take their last 4 fights. And then what he really didn't understand was black folks don't sell, but you got the most money in boxing. The man that literally changed how boxing is viewed. Like, he changed the whole culture with the amount of money. Floyd Mayweather is the first boxer to get more money than the heavyweights. Do you know that usually the heavyweights, as boxing goes, as the heavyweight goes, that's the way the sport of boxing goes, right? This man, Floyd Mayweather, is the first smaller weight to get more than the heavyweights. This man was getting more than Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Holyfield. Do you not know Floyd Mayweather sold 4 million pay-per-views twice? Yeah, right. He keeps sending these little peons over here, but he won't bring his peonic ass over here though. But they can keep coming, chop their ass up like some good ass motherfucking Philly cheesesteak. You feel me? Chop their ass up like some Philly. But yeah, now I think Ty put the heat on that nigga, so I think he gone. But see, this is what Ty put the whole heat on. She put the whole clip on that nigga. Damn. Hey Ty, that's why I say they sheep. And that's why I say the boxing culture is lost if it wasn't for the channels that keep it straight. Like, if it wasn't Talib Cunningham, Carolina, that big Carolina shit in here, what's up, homie? Peace and blessings. And if it wasn't for people that's out here damn controlling the damn narrative, man, you got a lot of people that don't know shit about boxing. And so they come to YouTube because you understand, people don't understand. Boxing isn't really promoted on TV like that. ESPN don't have segments of boxing. So when you got people that really want to know about boxing, they come to YouTube because YouTube is really the only place they can get it. And then when you got people putting out this dumbass bullshit, like Devin's the face of boxing, no, he's the face of telling. When I told y'all a couple months ago that Devin Haney was going to change the culture of boxing, just like Floyd Mayweather changed the culture of boxing, but in a negative way. I told y'all here first. I told y'all Devin Haney is going to make a precedence where people are going to start getting lawyers, where people are going to start telling on other fucking fighters. I told y'all that shit. And what happened? You got Lamont Roach going to lawyers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is an unprecedented shit. Bill Haney, he made a precedence of lying and capping and telling all types of dumb shit. Now look at these other fathers. You got Auntie Scope. You got all these other damn fathers up here doing this dumb shit. Fathers trying to live through their sons' lives. Roy Jones' father was hard as hell on him. But you didn't see Roy Jones' father standing in the spotlight. Errol Spence's father was always there, but he stood in the background. You feel what I'm saying? They let their men be men. Men be men. And that's what I said about this new generation. This new generation of boxers are not men. And then we got Frequent Liar in the building. Or should I say Liar Frequently in the motherfucking building. You feel what I'm saying? There they go. Here go Devin's number one cop. But don't hit him today because Key said don't fuck with him. So I'm going to let him ride. I'm going to let him ride for a second. Hey, man, shout out to my brother Southpaw in the Cash App with the 20-piece McNuggets. Man, appreciate you, bro. That's my damn nigga. And make sure y'all subscribe to him if y'all not. And make sure y'all know what I said. Make sure y'all subscribe to Queen Vaughn. And yeah, everybody, I told her to post it in the Discord. She didn't. But everybody today, try to go to Queen Vaughn page and like watch a couple of her videos. Help her get them watch hours up so she can give us more content. Because you know to get monetized, you gotta damn get that content up there. You gotta get them watch hours. And you know, they try to silence as many of us as they can. So when we got ones out here that speak the real, at least let them get a voice so they can speak it. So make sure y'all at least go by and watch at least 2 videos over there today. If y'all can. Appreciate you. But you say what frequent? Oh, Emmanuel Carter in the building, Big Coats Nation. And Dr. Key, she says she's pulling up right now. She's about to pull up. I know that's what y'all waiting for anyway. Y'all love strong J in here. But yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. On the YouTube situation, people don't understand that boxing is not covered. Boxing is not one of the top sports in America. You got number one football. Then you got college football. You got NCAA basketball, NBA. You got baseball. See, other countries, they prioritize boxers. America doesn't prioritize boxers like that. All our great athletes are not going into boxers. Just think if we had people like Von Miller or LeBron James or Adrian Peterson that are pure athletes that grew up into the sport of boxing. Could you imagine how competitive the boxing would be? It would be so fucking competitive. But see, that's what makes American boxers so great because even with a small pool, we able to accomplish so much. And it's crazy. Exactly so true. You can't play tough and lawyer up. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Shout out to my brother Oakland LDTV in the building. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all remember I lost a lot of people for that Derrick James shit. But y'all remember I told y'all from day one, before they even fought, I explained to y'all, and everybody here know we all made money off of it. I explained to y'all that Ryan Garcia was going to destroy Devin Haney. We all was in here when I said it. Yeah, every week I broke it down. Fareed, salute, King. Zepeda gonna win that Fareed, but like I told y'all, Farmer is an enigma, Fareed, because the book is not out on Farmer, but one thing that anybody that boxes knows, power is God given. You just don't get power out of nowhere without something, right? And Tevin Farmer, his whole boxing career, he was a 16% knockout artist, right? Tevin Farmer, about 30 fights, he had about 16% knockout rating, right? A 16% knockout rating. So his last fights, when he came back, he got three fights where he got a 66% knockout rating. He dropped A.V. Sparrow in his first fight. He stopped the dude in the next fight. And then in the third fight, he stopped a guy through a high guard. He stopped a guy through the high guard. This man was blocking in a high guard. Tevin Farmer punched through this nigga's high guard and knocked him out. Frequent. Where the hell was Tevin Farmer's power at before, nigga? We not about to play this game. And frequent. Y'all Philly niggas don't be boxing like that. Detroit runs y'all, bro. Detroit runs y'all in Philly, frequent. Y'all Philly niggas are flyer. But y'all know, y'all feel that air coming through. They call it strange days. Niggas getting happy.
Oh
Women,
my God.
You say what, Dr. Strange? We got strong shit coming through the building. And I'm saying none of them, and you know you won't. But I'm gonna stop. Welcome, Dr. Keith.
Hey, Upper. Salute to you, your beautiful wife, and family. It's Friday. I'm so happy. We made it, damn it. We made it. We made it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I hope your family is doing well. I hope you're doing well. And if you are not, then sit back and listen to us for a couple hours and let us help you change that mood. Let us change your frown upside down, right? No, upright to a smile, right, Upper? What?
Smile. See, I'm about to say something messed up. I'm about to say, have you smiling sideways like them Asian girls?
Okay, you know what? Anyway, salute everybody. We're not doing this. We're not doing this on Good Friday. We're not doing this. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope y'all are having an excellent day. I had a really good group session yesterday, Upper. I really did with a couple is getting married in 7 months, in about 7 months. And they wanted to come in and just have a regular therapy, like get everything out, premarital, counseling and everything. And I really had a breakthrough, huh?
She was cheating on the nigga, wasn't she?
No, their issues was family. So like when I do group therapy sessions, if it's 2 or more, I bought this dice. I call it the love dice, where on all parts of it says love, and it's it's a really big dice. And so I put it in the middle, and whoever picks it up first, they can begin the session, talking. But just keep in mind that everything is love. Everything is about love. Say this from a place of love. And the man was upset because he felt like her family was imposing. Like the mother had a house key, the sister had a house key. And he's like, look, is this how it's going to be in our marriage? And then when she got the love dice, she expressed that, maybe it's time to cut the umbilical cord with his own mama. Maybe he a mama's boy. And so we were able to get down to a happy medium, a compromise, because you guys would be surprised how many relationships go through it when it comes to family, external. I always call family external factors, because what matters is what's in the circle, which is you two. And then if you have children, of course, your children. So I was able to really what I gave them, the visual, Upper.
What's that?
Well, I had my hair in a ponytail. And so I took down my hair and put the ponytail on the table. And I cut out, I ripped on the paper, I ripped out 2 small pieces and put it inside the ponytail. And I said, now who else can fit? This is you two. This is y'all circle. Who else can fit? Who do y'all have room for? And that really gives you like a visual idea of it just needs to be the husband and wife. So it was really powerful. And I'm praying for that couple because I was filling in for someone. So I don't know how they'll do, but I'm praying for that couple. I had a really good session. Salute K Kazi. Hey Thomas. Hey Raina. The beautiful Queen Raina. The beautiful Queen.
He be putting it down.
Hey,
So what kind of group therapy session would you give Devin Haney when he comes to terms with that? When he comes to terms with that post-traumatic stress of getting back in the ring with a man that literally beat him half to death, because he may look good against Ramirez, because I said Ramirez is washed up. Honestly, Ramirez ain't been the same since the Josh Taylor fight. He really hasn't been. And shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the building. Salute, King. All praise to the Most High. And happy Shabbat. Y'all know the day, the Most High day. Friday, all praise to the Most High and his son that came down. Y'all feel me?
I'm not going through there. Hey, Southpaw. Hey, Thomas.
But this is what I'm saying, though, Key.
Yes.
People that's been in traumatic experiences, you understand that. You know that you deal with people with trauma.
Yes.
Devin might look good against Ramirez. He may look good against Ramirez. He might. I mean, he's washed up. The man's washed up like you doing a bird bath so you can get back home. You feel me? Because you done did what you did. Mr. Pride, salute. But when he gets back into that ring with Mr. Ryan Garcia, it's going to trigger his fear response. The man might tinkle on himself a little bit. I mean, he might scare the piss out of him. His booty might get moist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that happens. It's a scared response.
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm being honest, best friend. I told you about when I was in that box that time the nigga hit me hard on the side, and I I had to go lateral for a minute. I had to go lateral to my to my ribs and stuff start feeling better. But when you got a man that's beating you, and this is what's so important that people don't understand about boxing. When a fighter has a 0 on his resume, when they have a 0 on his resume, in your mind, you are unbeatable. You're unstoppable. And as long as you have that mentality that nobody can beat you, you will see the best of the best. But once you've been conquered, once you've been in that ring and understand what I'm saying, Key. Devin Haney is a grown man. What was the first thing? Yeah, he still got that OT Orlando, but you can't take away the ass whooping. Shout out to my brother GM. You can take away the loss, but you can't take away the ass whooping. And you can't take it out of his motherfucking mind. You can't take out what happened in his mind. I'm not lying like a road freak. You saw an ass whooping. Harvey Doc saved him because his damn daddy Bill wasn't going to do it. Bill was going to let that man go out on his shield all the way. But what I'm trying to explain to you, if you understand and frequent, I know you done got your ass whooped before, so you understand. This is what happens, Keith. If you are a grown man and you're in a ring with another grown man, and no matter what you do, this man is beating on you, and there's nothing you can do to stop this man from beating on you. Like, he is literally beating you to death, and there's nothing you can do. If the ref wasn't there, you probably die. Like, the man is beating on you. You cannot do nothing about it. You can't save yourself. You can't protect yourself. This is another man exerting his will upon your will. His will is overtaking your will, like you his bitch. Like he can. If you was in prison, he can do what he wanted to with you because he's beating you down, right?
Echelon.
I'm getting to the point, man. I'm about to get to the point. But this is what I'm saying. This man is completely dominating you, and he couldn't. No matter what he do, he cannot get Devin up off of him. I mean, he can't get Ryan up off of him. How you think? That was the longest 36 minutes of Devin Haney's life in that ring. Now, you think he wants to get in that ring willy-nilly, knowing what happened to him the last time, and this man, Ryan, might come in shape this time. And he's not going to let me and my team spike his weight loss program with Ostarine. And frequently, you keep talking about the man cheating. I done explained it to you. I done showed you charts. Ostarine, you don't get no benefits from it unless you take it for 8 to 12 weeks. It's just like creatine. It helps you cut weight and build muscle. So why would he take it 1 week before without no benefits? Come on, bro. Y'all lies are not making it. First off, Devin brother said Allah told him. Then next thing you know, he had a dream. So either he's the prophet Muhammad, he's the prophet that Muhammad sent, or he Dr. Martin Luther King. And he don't look like neither one to me.
Thank you, Upper. Thank you guys so much. Hey, T. Orlando. Hey, brother Huey Q. Hey, Frequent. Hey, EB. Salute to our playback gang and the people that's listening while they are at work. Salute to Southpaw. Hey, Fareed.
Yeah, you called him a dream, but he meant the nightmare.
Okay, thank you.
If Devin Haney is the dream, call Ryan Garcia pretty cool, because he gave that nigga a motherfucking nightmare.
Hey, Akilo. Hey, Picasso. Hey, Mr. Pride. Now, speaking of the dream, it looks like dreams are being shattered, upper echelon in chat.
Devin. Say pause. We're not talking about Devin and Diddy's pool. So the dream didn't get shattered right there.
Thank you, Upper. Hey, Richie. So basically, Eddie Hearn has confirmed, which I had told you guys, there will be no tickets for the Times Square event in May. This was just revealed today for the Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero card. So there will not be no tickets available for the public. However,
I bet you $10. Frequent Flyer gonna be flying one of his drones out there watching the fight.
Oh, don't do something like that. Now look though. So there is still the 300 people that Turkey is handpicking to be at the venue, but you, the public, will not get tickets to it. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to just walk up and see the fight, being in Times Square. I'm not sure, but if you are looking for tickets, they are not available and will not be available. They're still looking at the logistics of the event, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys that Turkey was having issues getting permits. He wanted it to be like the 1920s card where there was thousands of people there. We know that in today's age, you cannot it will take at least a year or two to even put on an event like that. And it has to be something consistent. So I'm not sure how they're gonna work this out, Upper and Chat. I have no idea, but there
So
you cannot get tickets. Hey, Creole.
Key, let me ask you a question. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Barbara D. So Key, if he wants to make it like then where it had thousands of people, why he only giving 300 tickets out there? That don't make sense. If he wants thousands, why he limited to 300?
Because what the original plan was, Turkey thought it would be sweet. It was going to be sweet that he could just put on the event in Times Square until city management and all of them got involved and was like, yo, pump your brakes. We got 2 stadiums for y'all, like Times Square. So I heard that they were having issues with getting the permit to have that size of a crowd there. And so what he was able to do was have 300, because at any given moment in Times Square, it's over 100 people. I think we all know. I never even
I can say one thing,
and I know that.
Yes, and y'all know I don't like Turkey, but that does show the favoritism right there. Because if it was one of them alphabet communities wanting to do a rally right there, they can have thousands of people right there in Times Square. I've done seen them have thousands of people in Times Square, like the alphabet community. Like they will have thousands upon thousands of people in Times Square. But if it's a boxing match, they don't want to do it. Not saying I'm an advocate for Turkey, though. I'm just saying the double standard is funny, though. But this is why Turkey is losing money right there. Like, you got Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. That fight right there is going to generate some money because Ryan can sell, Rolly can sell. And then you got a man that's on the undercard of 2 of Gervonta Tank Davis's victims, but he the so-called face of boxing, undisputed 2-division champion on the undercard. You feel what I'm saying? But why would you not make this a pay-per-view, and why would you not put this in a venue where you can make some money so you can recoup some of your losses? And that's why I said that's why the Saudi government has started to rein Turki Alalshikh back in. Mr. Alalshikh is losing too much money right now. And like I said before, when you got dumbass people like, I know Key about to give her disclaimer, but you got Blue Blood Sports Book that talk about Turkey got $1 trillion to put in boxing, which is bullshit. Yeah, that man ain't got that type of money to spend. Rich people don't become rich by motherfucking losing money. They don't do it. They stay rich because they're frugal and they're smart with their money. See, a fool and his money will soon part. You feel what I'm saying? A fool and their money will soon part. Like, you shout out to LaMarcus Robinson in the building as well.
Hey, Marcus.
My brother Picasso in the building.
Well, I think what needs the bigger topic that needs to be discussed is we can say what we want, but Rolly Romero and Pitbull Cruz had a very good size at the last fight, and Rolly's last fight was a very good size. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are coming off a very good pay-per-view and a very good gate sale. So for this to not have the logistics in place, and we are officially on Tuesday is April 1st. So you're going to have what, maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks to get it together. And the logistics are not in place. One thing that I can honestly say about the PBC, hell, even Golden Boy and them, is that the venue and everything will already be secured. They don't have to worry about none of that. It's making sure that the fighters get there before, you know what I'm saying, that they don't become injured or something before the fight occurs. So by there still being logistics and things that they're trying to work out, lets me know that something is not right in the water right now with them. And I don't agree that, like I told y'all before, we can talk about Ryan, we can make fun of and talk about Devin and Rolly and T.O. and their antics. But at the end of the day, these dudes are getting in the ring and putting their lives on the line. They should be paid and should have an adequate venue size with an adequate audience to, you know what I'm saying, view this. They still haven't put out the pay-per-view costs, and we are 4 weeks away, a little over 4 weeks away from this fight. They still haven't put out the pay-per-view costs for this fight. They are still working out the logistics and getting permits and everything done. And now it was just revealed that there will not be any tickets on sale. And at least we know that Ryan and Devin, they just did 300,000 pay-per-view buys in a $4 million gate. That's a travesty. If I'm Ryan and Devin them, I'm pissed off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm pissed off about this.
Well,
Hey,
they still,
Desmond. Hey, Britt.
if they still getting their guarantee, they ain't got no reason to be pissed off about it. As long as they still getting their guarantee, they still getting paid. The only one pissed off is Turkey, and pretty soon he gonna be pissed off. But what did you expect? This is the same man that messed up your favorite fight. Shout out to the beautiful queen 2 Cents in the building. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Miss 2 Cents as well. But you know he messed up your fight, your dream fight between Beterbiev and Bivol. Remember?
He messed my fight up, y'all. That Eddie Hearn just revealed that they're still having logistics issues, 2 Cents, with the Rolly and Ryan fight, and that there will not be any tickets handed out to the public. So I basically confirming what I told y'all, that they're having permit issues getting this venue. So the question lies, Upper, will this fight occur on May 2nd? Because peep game. When have Ryan and Rolly been this quiet to a lead up to a fight? Let's keep it 105 now. Like they've been even Devin and Ramirez and Tio.
Shout out to Box Fanatic. I ain't even see you, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Boxman. Hey, King. I did not see you, King.
I'm sitting here getting something together, so I ain't even see you. I'm not even looking up at the thing. But you know, honestly, the reason why they're so quiet because they don't have to promote, Key. I mean, like, it's not like they're getting no back end or nothing like that. So we ain't got to promote. Shout out to my man Slogan One, big AMCFSG in the building. But they're not getting nothing extra. They're getting what they supposed to get. So ain't no use for them to even promote the shit. Like, hell, what we gonna promote? We ain't got a damn venue. So what are we gonna promote?
I think it's a travesty that the two, at least Devin and Ryan for sure, is coming off of 300,000 pay-per-view buys and a $4 or $5 million gate.
330,000 and a $4.5 million gate, a $29 million fight. They just did.
And now this is basically free, and y'all want to put this on pay-per-view? Come on now. I don't like it. I don't like it because the boxing is what have you done for me lately. And Devin is not putting himself in position as being the A side. Like, I don't like this, Upper.
Well, Devin is not going to be A side anyway. He's not even A side to Tank's leftovers. He's not going to be A side. How can you be A side when you and Regis Prograve? Y'all know what to do with pissy diaper in here on the fake page. Y'all know what to do with him. But how you gonna be the A side when they put you on your own and you did 30,000 pay-per-view buys? Like, he might be the A side to himself, but he done ruined his boxing career with that damn snitching shit. You even got the damn Catch Me Outside girl making diss songs about you. How the hell the girl from Dr. Phil making diss songs about you? And then Ryan Garcia, he commented on it, said, well, Devin about to sue her in a minute. Like, nigga, you the butt end of every joke. Like, you the butt end of every joke. So what Devin needs to do is go ahead and try to build it up and get cashed out on that Ryan Garcia fight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Jim. Yes, I get it. Well, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention because I know we got some New Yorkers and some East Coasters up in here. I told y'all, I gave you guys on Monday, I believe, I said the tickets were not on sale, and I can confirm that they will not be on sale. So I guess y'all just got to walk outside and watch the fight. Hey, Banks.
Frequent. They saying something about the water in Detroit. It must be something about that water in Philly, dog. You talking about how's the fight free to the public, Frequent, when they're only allowing 300 people in? They're allowing 300 people in the spot, Frequent. So how is it free to the public? How is it free to the public? I swear, bro, you so damn smart, you dumb.
Okay, leave Frequent, not too much on Frequent. Anyways, let's go.
Frequent. But go ahead.
No, let it go. So, okay. So up next, y'all. Up next. I guess we don't even. So Inoue and the MJ fight is solidified for September.
Hold on, Key. Let me say one thing, best friend. Hey, I couldn't get my grip. My feet was slipping. Y'all pull his pants up. That's why he lost, because he got his pants up. That's that Philly action frequent.
Upper echelon. Now, not anyway.
I couldn't get my grip to my shoes. My shoes were slippery.
Thank you, Upper. Inoue and MJ will be fighting September 14th in Japan. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. We officially have a deal. So Inoue and MJ, the long-awaited fight, September 14th, upper echelon.
I'll take it down. I'll take it down. Keep my bad. Let me find it. Hold up. Let me get it off.
Upper echelon.
My bad. You know it won't let me just take it right off. I have to scroll through so I can get it off. My bad. It's almost at the last one, Key. Hold up. I'm right there, almost there. Oh my God, that's a compromising situation right there. But I'm off.
Upper echelon. Next up, is Bivol ducking again? Upper echelon in chat. Now we know what's going on with the WBC. Bivol is saying, Turkey is basically saying, Bivol, you're gonna do what I told you to do. You feel me? Which is, he wants the trilogy between him and Beterbiev by the end of the year. However, Upper and chat, Bivol might have other interests. He would like to fight Zurdo, who is actively ducking Jai Opetaia. He would also like to fight Opetaia and Badu Jack, but guess at what weight class? Upper cruiserweight. So people are now asking.
Can I ask one question before you get into that?
Huh?
Why does Bivol want to fight Zurdo again? Like, Zurdo came up from 168 to fight Bivol at 175. He came in the ring at 225, and Bivol just destroyed Zurdo. Like, ain't shit about to change. So why would he want to? He sees Zurdo. He's trying to get on his Canelo shit now because he sees Zurdo as free lunch. Because that shit wasn't even close when Bivol fought Zurdo. He left that nigga with a goose egg. It was 12-0. Like, that shit was 12-0. That shit wasn't even fucking competitive, dog. Like, he beat the shit out of Canelo, and then Zurdo was like, no, you can't do Canelo like that. And he got beat even worse. So what would make, like, rematches is for shit that's competitive. That shit wasn't competitive, Key. What the fuck?
Well, the thing is, everybody is pointing out the fact that why didn't, with his hit list of Zurdo, Opetaia, and Badu Jack, what about David Benavidez?
That right there on the screen, Key. That's David Benavidez right there. He said, I am no longer interested in Bivol Benavidez, and I will not bid on it. That means anybody that messes with me, you're not allowed to fight David Benavidez. I think Bivol knows who has delivered for him and who hasn't. You work for me, nigga. This is what he's saying. And he's saying, yeah, you might think you're getting a bigger payday, but I was giving you paydays when you wasn't getting good fights. And now he says, my advice to Bivol, don't be late because every day something changes. He sat there and threatened that man worldwide. Bivol is not about to fight Benavidez. Like Benavidez, when he turned down Turki Alalshikh and he turned down his shitty ass left hand, and for y'all that don't know, Turki Alalshikh, he makes fighters and he makes people shake his left hand. And if anybody knows,
oh my God,
it's disrespectful. That's the hand you wipe your ass with. You don't supposed to make nobody. Sunday it is. Southpaw. It's Sunday it is. But you don't make nobody wipe with your left hand. I mean, you don't shake nobody's hand with your left. That's very diabolical.
Hey, Cash Crypto. Hey, Big Dog Willie. I'm gonna talk about that, Big Dog Willie. But speaking of another hit list, so yes, Bivol does not have Beterbiev on his plans. He's looking for pursuing Zurdo, Opetaia, or Badu Jack, or the rematch with Beterbiev. Unfortunately, Benavidez, it appears as of right now, is not in those plans, ladies and gentlemen. And you're right, Ty, Queen Ty. They continue to give Benavidez the short end of the stick. I don't like that. But speaking of short end, Upper.
He felt some type of way. We knew that when he had all them fighters posing in his office. Like, that was so unnecessary. And I'm gonna say one more thing to Frequent and Key, and I'm gonna let it go. Frequent, before I had to go do my bid in feds, they sent me to FDC Philly. I was on the 3rd floor with all them people up there. Them niggas was soft as shit. And I'm honest. I beat like 4 of them out there in the rec yard, bro. Like, they soft as hell. And then they start talking. And I think
shout out to our Philly boys.
Okay, I think every last one of them in there was Muslim, but I'm not saying nothing about Muslim people. I'm just saying I think everybody in the pod was Muslim. But we was out there playing basketball, and the motherfuckers popped bad until they got popped out. And then everybody wanted to start, because they act like they can box up there, but they don't really box like that. Niggas ain't got hands like that. But then when you start tapping into people's ass and everything, then it's, bro, we about peace. You wasn't about peace before until you got pieced up. But
Thank you, Upper. Shout out to our Philly. Shout out to our Philly dudes. Anyways, you guys, speaking of being done dirty, Upper, it looks like boxing scene and pro box owner Gary Jonas has came out and said that Turki Alalshikh has blocked him from going into pressers and everything. He says that they're constantly refusing media credential to boxing scene reporters and has barred boxing scene editorial team from covering Riyadh season events on site. So Turki is accused of being blocked out or blocking reporters out. And one thing about boxing scene, like, come on now. Like, boxing scene is boxing. Like, we can't even stun on that. So Turki, I'm gonna need you to, if this is true, I'm gonna need you to get that together, Turki. I know that they're putting out reports, being honest and everything and calling a spade, but just because they're doing their journalistic duties and living to an ethical code does not mean that you have to block them out. That's where I stand on. It appears that Turki does not like the reports that are being written by him, Upper in chat. Next up, who is not liking what's going down is Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz, for the 182nd time, has called out Keyshawn Davis. As we all know, Keyshawn has been making his waves through the media, talking about Tank Davis and wanting to fight Lamont Roach and Edwin De Los Santos for his return bout. I told you guys that Keyshawn Davis is actively training. He is training, so a fight announcement is coming soon. I'm hearing the summer. However, Andy Cruz is saying, why you don't want anybody that can fight, Keyshawn? Why you don't want nobody that can fight? Is Keyshawn okay? Question:
Dubai.
Do we want
It's
Andy
in
Cruz
Dubai,
or,
King. It's in Dubai. They fly him out to Dubai to do that.
Thank you, Upper. Now,
I thought you said a question. I thought you asked me about 2 cents saying they literally shit on women. I was saying in Dubai.
No, I don't care about that. No, thank you.
Okay, my bad.
My God.
My bad.
Would we prefer to see Keyshawn Davis fight Andy Cruz over Lamont Roach or Edwin De Los Santos?
I would rather him fight Andy Cruz over Edwin De Los Santos. I'm not trying to see Edwin De Los Santos in a competitive fight next. Like, people don't understand. Like I told you before, like, it's a reason why boxers, when they first come in from the amateurs, they got to build their lungs up. They got to build their wind up. You just can't come into the game and fight a 10-round fight. You just can't come into the game and fight a 12-round fight. We seen the same thing happen to my guy, Derrick James. Derrick James was a talented boxer, undefeated boxer, and he was only fighting 8-round fights. They put Derrick James in the ring with a champion that was 31-1 for a 12-round fight. Derrick James styled on that man for the first 8 rounds, beating the shit out that man. But it's a reason why boxers say take a person into deep waters. And he took Derrick James into them deep waters and he stopped Derrick James. But see, the thing is, you have to develop your lung capacity as a boxer. Like, that's why they go from 4, 6, 8, 10 to 12 rounds, because you're developing your stamina. You're developing, and when you take time off of fighting, your lung capacity, your stamina, all that goes down. Edwin De Los Santos has been out for 2 years. He has not been able to train. He's had blood clots. So he can't exercise. He had shoulder injury. So he can't sit there and spar and do none of that. The man is over 180 pounds. He look like a melted ice cream cone right now. The man is overweight. The man is out of shape. So, of course, Keyshawn Davis would want to give him an 8-week training camp and have that man come in the ring so he can get another manufactured win. I'm just saying, he got Lemos. Lemos is overweight. People don't understand. Yeah, okay, a fighter might be bigger than you, but if he's out of shape, then you got the advantage. Like, if you ever seen people, I'm not saying this is cool, but if you ever go to pit bull fights, usually the pit bull that's more smaller, more leaner, is going to get a hold of the bigger pit bull because, you know, it's more tenacious, it's got more speed. Speed kills and power destroys. And right now, Edwin De Los Santos, yeah, he might got some pop, but he ain't got no stamina. Like I told y'all, when Mark McCauley was in the ring with Joe Parker, I told all y'all that Joe Parker was about to stop that man. I said that man's out of shape. I said there's no way he's going to be able to compete with Joseph Parker. And what happened, Key? What happened after I said it?
It happened.
Damn right. It happened. And he knocked that nigga the hell out. I told y'all. It's about being a predator and knowing what your prey like. Like I said, I put myself in the mind, if I was fighting this fighter, how would I go about fighting this fighter right here? And Edwin De Los Santos has no win. He literally has no win. Like, he has no air and he has no chance of victory. He has no win. And why would I want to see a lopsided fight? You got a nigga that's done kicked your ass 4 times. He's done stopped you from getting gold twice. Like, nigga, he told, like, shout out to KO. KO said that Edwin De Los Santos told Keyshawn he's not even allowed to wear gold. Nigga, you got to wear silver or below. He said if he catches Keyshawn wearing a gold necklace, he on his ass. He said you're not allowed to wear gold. Shout out to Phenomenal Show. So this man, shout out to the General Calhoun. This nigga's not even allowed to wear gold. So, like the words of the famous, and he is famous, in the words of the famous Bobby Boucher, Coach, you need to get your manhood back. He needs to go get his manhood back, Key. He got to go get his manhood back. That man has his manhood. How you going to let a nigga walk around knowing he done whooped you 4 to 6 times? I'm sorry, my pride won't let that happen.
Well, Andy Cruz put out that Keyshawn doesn't want to fight anyone who can fight after the rumors that he's supposed to be fighting either Edwin De Los Santos or Lamont Roach in his comeback fight. So, Keyshawn, you got to get Andy Cruz in there. I know I know you'll be moving up soon, but before you move up, you need to fight Andy Cruz. I think we can all be in agreement with that. Hey, Phenomenal. Hey, salute to the General. Hey, Kawhi. Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. Get there.
Kawhi. Oh, he pissed me off with that, Kawhi.
No, Upper, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
Also, last up, on the housekeeping, are we excited for Deontay Wilder's return? Woo!
No.
Upper.
I've been said that, man. He need to go sit his ass down, man.
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
Tell Deontay Wilder his brother got a new girl. Go find her.
Oh my God. Whatever. Man, so Deontay Wilder was supposed to fight in Georgia, but something happened. I guess they couldn't get it together at the last minute. And then they were talking about, making a possible AJ or, Tyson Fury part 118 or, trying to get him back in there. But Deontay Wilder was officially able to come to a consensus with Tyrell Herndon, who is 24-5 with 15 KOs. He hails out of Texas. Shout out to our Texas folks.
Tell him to go fight Big Shot. Tell him to go fight Big Shot.
I don't know what happened with that fight with Big Shot, but I will say that this Herndon, oh yeah, okay, thank you, Upper. Well, Terrell is coming off of 2 back-to-back split decision wins last year against Rudy Selvis, who was 7-0, and Myrie Coleman, who was 8-9. He went a split decision with a dude that was 8-9, and he has only fought 1 12-round fight and 2 10-round fights. So I'm not sure how many rounds this is going to be between him and Deontay Wilder. It doesn't say if this is going to be for like any interim or anything like that, but guess what? It's going to be in Kansas. Woo! Are we excited? I'm excited.
Why would we be excited about that bullshit, Key? Like,
Oh,
this
but
man.
come on.
Okay, Key, listen to what you said, best friend.
He broke
Like,
his arm, for Christ's sake. He fought
Key, listen, he's fighting the
Zane,
guy.
he broke his arm.
Key. Zane twirled that nigga with a shot. Like
His
I said,
arm broke upper.
check this out. What I'm saying is, Wilder is fighting a guy that got a split decision over a guy that was 8-9. I don't want to see it, Key. I don't want to fucking see it.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Deontay. You guys know I like
Deontay Wilder fight is Anthony Joshua because they both washed up. It'll be just like motherfucking Amir Khan and Kell Brooks, the battle of the bombs. Like both of their careers has passed us by. Let's just see who goes out on top of the who's the top of the shit pack. Who's the one that's gonna get right first? You feel what I'm saying? Who's at the top of the pile of shit? Because this shit is not competitive. You feel what I'm saying? Ever since Wilder and I used to like Wilder. Shout out, I used to like him until I found out he was diddying his brother's girls, and then he just lost all respect for me. Like you chose a female over your family, and we seen the tapes. I did the video, but this is what I'm saying. The day we seen Wilder get assaulted with a deadly weapon on national TV, on Fight 2, when Tyson Fury hit him in the head with that egg weight, and we seen. Oh, we about to get on Terrence Crawford ass 2 cent. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna get in on him. He's talking about early in the Hall of my bad, Key. I'm not about to start it. But what I'm about to say is we seen Wilder. That was the fall of Wilder right there. That was the fall of Wilder. And Andy Gill. AJ is not about to get a fight with Jake Paul unless AJ signs the same shit that Mike Tyson signs. And that means you cannot throw a punch at me. Because that's what Mike Tyson was telling Jake Paul, to pull your hands up. I think you can't hit Jake Paul no more. You feel what I'm saying? Jake Paul is like the real life Rocky Balboa. He's the great white hype. They putting their face behind that man.
You guys are mean. You guys are mean. I'm excited for Deontay Wilder.
You know what would be even more mean though?
What?
What would be more mean if Canelo doesn't accept the Bud fight and Bud done sat there and gained all that damn weight because the fight is not confirmed yet. So Bud sitting here gaining all this weight, and if Canelo
we're gonna get to Bud. Wait. We're gonna get to Bud. Hey, right. Hey, Marquis. Well, I'm excited to see whatever. I'm excited to see Marquis. Deontay Wilder's return in Kansas. Should be a June or July fight. I will keep my eyes open for that. Open for y'all and release that. I'm excited to see who's gonna be the undercard.
And shout out to my brother, my stablemate, one of the guys that got me into this boxing shit. You still out here doing it strong. I got a call from him yesterday. He said he done caught a couple of our shows, Key. Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, this man right here, I watched him become a champion. I watched him rise and the fall of him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he was always an inspiration to me. He showed me what not to do and what to do. And he showed me that, you know, person can make it out. I just wish I would have kept to the damn script. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to my former stablemate. Say the name for me, Key.
Oliver McCall.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
there LV. You go. He said your co-host sounds nice, so you know, let you say his name. He said he told me tell her to say my name one time. So there you go, Oliver. There you go, Oliver.
Y'all are funny. Speaking of,
he said, I love to hear her say my name. Well, she said your name, brother.
Thank you. Hey, 804. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice summertime card, boxing. But the thing is, speaking of say my name, Bud Crawford said Errol Spence's name. And in a most derogatory way, he said that Errol Spence is not a Hall of Famer. What do y'all? I don't even got, because y'all know what he said.
Well, this is the thing, right? Jermaine Taylor was undisputed. Did Jermaine Taylor go to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he?
Jermaine Taylor ain't go to no damn Hall of Fame.
He didn't go. Jermaine ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Jermaine will not. He only beat Bernard Hopkins. That was it. And then Kelly Patrick tore his ass up. No, he ain't go to the Hall of Fame.
I don't know why he went. I don't know why I thought he went to the. But Bud is
So,
gonna go to the Hall of Fame. He's 2 times.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna go to the Hall of Fame, and the only reason Bud is going to the Hall of Fame is because he beat Errol Spence. Because before the Errol Spence fight, Bud, your resume was looking like an anemic patient that was bulimic. You know, it was like you was eating stuff and throwing it back up. You didn't have no competitive fights. You beat Yuriorkis Gamboa after he had a year layoff and he came up 2 weight divisions. Now, if Yuriorkis Gamboa at that time, who was the Cyclone de Guantanamo, that man was my boy back then. But if you would have got the Yuriorkis Gamboa while he was still active, that little wobble wouldn't have been all you got. You would have went to sleep. But Bud, you got dropped by Mean Machine. You don't have no notable names on your resume. Everybody that you fought them at an opportunistic time. You had a chance to fight Errol Spence, but you called it off. You had a chance to come over there and fight Earl. You waited out. You told everybody what your game plan was, Bud. You said by the time you fight Earl, and it's Earl's fault because Earl, and I was telling Earl when I was talking to him, I was like, Earl, bro, you don't need him. I say Thurman is a bigger fight, but you know, I'm not that man's his own self. But Bud told y'all gonna say he was weight draining, he should have left the division. And Bud stalled it out. Earl should have moved up. Like Floyd told y'all once before, Errol Spence should be in 160 or 168. Like I've told y'all years ago. I say when I was in there watching Earl and Jamel Charlo spar, I told y'all Earl's about 175 and Jamel Charlo had to have the body protecting suit up. He had to have the rib cage and all that because Earl was hitting with some lumber. Like when I seen Earl sparring with Rockman Jr., he put Rockman Jr. down. People don't understand how big Errol Spence really is, right? Errol Spence is a big fighter, dog. Like, he used to blow up to 190. He had to cut weight fat camps. So, you know, if you cutting that much weight, you're going to be weak. But what did Earl used to say? He used to say, 40% of me is better than these people at 100%. And Bud was just better that day. But also, Bud, you sat there and waited out. You could have fought him after the Ugas fight. You didn't do that. You took backdoored him, got a tune-up fight. You waited till Errol Spence got in another accident, which was a total loss. Errol Spence was in another total loss accident. The man was on pain pills, but it's not everybody's seen the man's eyes glazed over. But one thing about Earl, he's about his money. He was ready to fight Manny Pacquiao when they said he could lose his eye. He said, well, hell, I got another one. So Earl's about that bread because he know what generational wealth could do. And he didn't want to pass up on that on that cash fight with Darren Crawford. Even though him versus Thurman would have did bigger bank. But he wanted to stand on his principles and not fight Thurman, which I think was bullshit because Bud did worse to you than Thurman did, but you still gave him the chance. And Bud was talking to Errol Spence on the phone late night, and he sweet-talked Earl into it. I already knew what it was when he said, I'm going to call Earl. And I said, boy, he about to get Earl on that phone. And you know, he played the brother card with him. He's like, man, you know, these people don't want to see us young brothers eat. And I can feel you. Sometimes nigga got a slick mouth. He got a slick game. And you know, I wouldn't have gave Terrence Crawford more than 20%. The nigga did motherfucking 6,000 pay-per-views. What champion do you know that had 6,000 pay-per-views? He did 6,000 pay-per-views with David Avanesian. This man sat there and did less than 200,000 at the gate. He did 140,000 with Amir Khan, 130 with Sean Porter, 50,000 with Victor Postol. He just did 80-something thousand with Madrimov. And 40,000 of the people came to see Pitbull Cruz because he was on the card. Pitbull has a following. The other 40 came to see the Eminem concert. So only about 5,000 came to see Terrence Crawford. He's just mad that because he beat Earl, he's still not a star. Bivol beat Canelo. He still don't damn sell. Just because you beat the man don't make you the man because people seen that you beat him in a style that wasn't really worthy. So if you say Errol Spence is not a Hall of Fame, then that takes away your one legitimate name off your resume, Terrence Crawford. If you look at Earl Spence, you look at your resume, Earl has bigger battles on his resume than Terrence Crawford. He got Kell Brook. He got Sean Porter before him. He got Danny Garcia, who Bud ducked at 140. Bud didn't fight Danny Garcia at 140. He got Yordenis Ugas, the same person that beat Bud twice, Rick Timms. The same dude that beat Bud twice, and Bud said, I'm not getting in the ring with Ugas. Thomas, you got to hold up until after Key do what you do, bro. All right, go ahead, Key.
Hey, all things. Hey, Brian, the king of the chat. No, here's my thing. The only issue I have, because first of all, one thing that we cannot overlook the fact is that Errol Spence was one of the only ones in that division, in boxing, period, that was single-handedly going to fighter, collecting all the belts. Okay, we're not gonna act like Bud had 3 belts and Earl had 1. It didn't go down well like that. So that's what I don't like. And number 2, we're not gonna act like him saying that does not demean his resume, because Errol Spence is the name. And if Errol Spence was to fight Virgil Ortiz or Fundora
Man,
in
Earl Spence can fight
Texas,
anybody right now.
it would go crazy, because people are wanting to see if Errol Spence, is he washed up? Is he gonna pull a Danny Garcia? You feel me? Or is Earl gonna be back to Earl?
Guess
So
what,
I think I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like what Bud has said about Earl Spence. Now I get it because of the rivalry. I get it because of, so many people doubted Bud. So many people said that, Earl Spence was going to do X, Y, and Z. And then Earl Spence came out and laid an egg and had nothing for Bud. So of course he going to continue to rub it in. I'm with that. I can chew the meat and spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? I get all that. But to say he's not a Hall of Famer, Errol Spence is definitely up. We're not going to act like, come on, he's an Olympic gold medalist. He didn't got
He didn't gold medalist.
not gold medalist, but he's an Olympic medalist. He didn't collected all the belts. You feel me? Well, almost all the belts. Like, we can't.
He beat 3 champions. A lot of people ain't even beat 3 champions.
We not gonna. I'm gonna continue to say this. If they were able to induct Turkey into the whatchamacallit, get him a notoriety for the Hall of Fame, if they were able to get Rocky,
if they was giving Sylvester Stallone Hall of Fame for Rocky Balboa,
exactly, Earl Spence gonna get his black self up in there. He gonna get his Jamaican big head self in that Hall of Fame. Period. Like, I don't want to hear that. We all know that Earl Spence is definitely a Hall of Famer.
But see, that, let me tell you what it is, Key. It's the jealousy, right? And I said it before, Bud has been jealous of Errol Spence. He's been jealous because Earl makes checks. Like when he was sitting there saying he makes more than Earl, but Earl and Mikey both made $17 million, Bud. Why you on a 3-fight, $10 million? You getting $10 million for 3 fights. Earl and Mikey Earl's B-side made double. Well, no, made triple, no, 5 times what you make per fight. Because you getting 3 fights for $10 million. That's $3.3 million a fight. He made 17. 5 times 3.3 is 16.5. So 5 times what you make, and he made your mentor Tim Bradley retire. He was supposed to fight Tim Bradley, but Tim Bradley retired. He said, I ain't fighting that young nigga. But see, one thing about it, Bud, you had Eminem, Pitbull Cruz, and you couldn't even do 100,000 pay-per-views, right? But Errol Spence can come out and fight anybody. It'll do a $10 million, it'll sell out the Cowboys Stadium, and I guarantee you it'll do more than 250 pay-per-view buys. Easy. Errol Spence is like cocaine drying. It's some real niggas waiting on him right now.
Yeah, well, he's getting a lot of pushback and a lot of,
I keep seeing people say paid. Who is paid?
Oh, that's Mr. Boxing Fanatic.
Oh,
that's
okay.
His name. But Bud is getting a lot of pushback, a lot of flack for saying that about Errol Spence. One thing that I do like though is that Errol Spence, even after the defeat to Bud Crawford, he's never said anything. He even people forget that Errol Spence was the one that advocated for Bud to be the number 1 pound for pound, because like he said, he whooped me. So yeah, he should be the number 1 pound for pound. There has never been, he's never flip-flopped. He's never flip-flopped with that. He's always gave, even after defeat, he's gave Bud his props. And so I'm kind of scratching my head like, Bud, where is this coming from? Like, you could have just said, yeah, I got the best in him. But no, EJ, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame. He's saying that with the accolades that EJ has, he is not Hall of Fame bound. I don't get it. I don't see that.
You know what I think might be coming in the future, though, Key? You
What?
know, Bud's about to fight Canelo at 168, right? Supposedly, right? And what weight did they say they want Earl at? About 168, right?
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. And I had heard something about it, but I wasn't gonna say nothing, right? I wasn't gonna say shit about it. But I had heard that Bud and Earl might get a rematch after the Canelo fight for Bud's last fight. I heard they might get a rematch after his fight for the last fight because they say
I don't know
Spence.
if I want to see that up.
They say Spence still want his lick back, and Bud Crawford after Canelo stops Bud, then Spence gonna stop that man at 168. That he gonna be fighting Earl at Earl's regular weight, but knowing Bud, he gonna say let's take it down to 147. Oh, bro, you ain't gotta apologize to me, Mr. Boxer Fanatic. I was just wondering. I keep seeing Paid. I was looking like, who the fuck is Paid? That's all. That's all.
Yeah. So
But this time I hope they check his gloves though, because like I said, I've been boxing for damn near 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen brand new gloves bend the way Buds do, and I've never been I've never been able to maneuver my thumb in gloves like that. But if y'all see, Bud can maneuver his gloves like real gloves. Like he can move his whole thumb and all that shit like that. Oh, Kello, you must didn't see that video I posted the other day. I showed y'all that Errol Spence in the gym, big as hell. Like he look good right now. He muscle bound right now. Earl been working out because people were saying he was fat, and he pulled it up and showed that he been working out. He been getting to it. But go ahead,
Absolutely.
man.
Yes. Yeah, he's getting a lot of flack for that. Everybody has all said that no, and regardless of what anybody thinks, I will always stand on this hill. Errol Spence is going to the Hall of Fame. I've been said it. I will stand on that. I don't know what made Bud come out and do that interview, but he also said in the interview upper when they were asking him about how he plans on defeating Canelo, he says that he has the power, the size, and the skills to beat him. And
Man,
yes,
like I told people before, Jamel Charlo hits harder than Bud. Canelo got hit clean by Charlo with a pull counter, what he didn't see coming. Canelo looked at that nigga, dropped his hands, and went into a damn attack mode where he was trying to catch and shoot like he was sparring him, like he has his hand out like your pad work, and he rushed him like pad work. So you know, Bud, and see, I hope Bud keep the same confidence after Canelo busts his ass because Canelo gonna stop this nigga, dog. Like, Bud, you're chinny, Bud. And Madrimov is a lot slower than Canelo. And you was having problems keeping up with Madrimov's speed. Now you got 14 more pounds and you up there with Canelo. Oh, they all went through, Creole. I told you Duke was gonna win. I told you Florida. I told you Arkansas. And I told you because you know Arkansas was getting 6.5 points. And I told you Florida, I told you Alabama, I told you Duke, and I told you Arkansas. I told y'all which four was gonna win. But yeah.
yeah. Well, speaking of Canelo Alvarez, he also did an interview too that's making its waves on Fight Hype. And people are upset again because he said, and I quote,
I showed
the
yesterday.
way, huh?
I showed yesterday talking about the one he was talking about Benavidez was talking to me mean.
Yes.
Yeah, I had
No,
that.
yes, he said that he thinks he's Superman.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
Okay, never mind. So yeah, so he's tripping. But another person that's tripping is Berlanga. Berlanga is now saying that Caleb Plant, who he feels as though Caleb Plant ain't gonna bring him the money that he's looking for. He wants to fight Munguia. So Berlanga's officially remember Berlanga's the one that called out Caleb Plant. Y'all know my boy Caleb Plant, aka John B, is with all the smoke. He said, "What's up?" And now Berlanga saying, "You know what? Matter of fact, the Munguia fight is much bigger. Caleb Plant is a good fight, but you got a young guy my age who has all of Mexico behind him. I'm looking to knock out Munguia in the first round."
Rick Timms, don't put that on Rolly. Don't call Berlanga Rolly. I'm not even gonna let you disrespect Rolly like that. Rolly might not have the skills, but Rolly will get in there and fight anybody, Rick Timms. Don't do that. Rolly done got in there with Ishmael Barroso, Tank. Rolly will get in there. He getting in there with Ryan Garcia. And Berlanga's a fucking lie. How you gonna say Caleb Plant ain't gonna bring him the money that he fighting? He just fought on a fucking undercard of two people we don't fucking know really. Like Amo Williams and Patrice Volany. Patrice Volany and Amo Williams was the headliner of your card. And you just fought Canelo and you on the undercard of Patrice Volany and Amo Williams. And if you look it up, Patrice Volany has never received more than $40,000 for a fight, and Amo Williams has never received more than $50,000 for a fight. So Berlanga, how much money did you get for fighting that melted ice cream? I guarantee you didn't make over $100,000 fighting that dude. You fought a nigga off that came off the couch that was shaped like Frosty the fucking Snowman, dog. He was shaped like Frosty the Snowman. You got that one bag with Canelo, and now you on your knees like Shakur was in that damn hotel room with you, and you trying to damn slob and get some more Canelo meat. So you can get another Canelo check. Because you know your career is ass, and you'll never make no more money in your career. And Big Supreme, you say Berlanga's way better than Rolly. Rolly got more heart than Berlanga, Big Supreme. You know what I'm saying? And Berlanga called for that fight. And Berlanga talking. This nigga was on the undercard, bro, of Patrice Volany and Amo Williams. That nigga didn't do him a favor, Big Supreme. He saw that nigga was undefeated, and he wanted to take a nigga with an O. And plus, he ain't had a knockout in so long, so he knew that nigga was easy knockout, easy pickings. That was his Padley fight. Big Supreme, he did that for Padley. That was his Padley fight. Sonny Augustine, salute. Terrell W, salute. DZ Sanchez, salute, Queen.
If he can get on there, Berlanga is a free agent. He got dropped by Top Rank, and now he got dropped by Eddie. Hey, Sonny Augustine. So I don't know. Hey, Terrell. So I don't know if he can even get on a Canelo undercard for the co-main event with Munguia. And Munguia is fighting on Canelo's undercard in May.
Yeah,
so
Munguia better beat the nigga that he fight now. This nigga just put that nigga to the upper room.
Yeah, he better be. But my thing is, what irritated me about that is, Berlanga, you've been calling for Caleb Plant for several months now. And then on top of that, Caleb Plant is the one that Caleb Plant is the one that has consistently sold pay-per-views. Like out of everybody, and once you see outside of Canelo and David Benavidez, you gonna say no to Caleb Plant? Like what? He got both of them.
Plant is the best one to fight out of Canelo's leftovers, dog. Like you dumbass.
Exactly.
Like, Caleb's three-hand plants, Benavidez, Canelo. Do you not understand that Caleb Plant is also a different race from you? That's what you want. You want that.
And Caleb Plant gonna be able to sell that fight. Caleb Plant is one of the best
exactly. But it's all good. I wait on Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo. It's cool. It's cool. And y'all support the grind. Can I get 5 people to support the grind for the day, people? Y'all support the grind for the day. Cash App, PayPal. Look out for your boy. Y'all know how we get down. Salute to everybody in here. Hit that like button for me too. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 2 Cent and everybody else in here that's got content. Make sure y'all drop y'all links in here for everybody too. But yeah, let me get 5 people to support the grind for the day. But yeah, Berlanga, he knows he can't fight, Key. He knows he can't fight. He knows this. He probably thought about that shit. He probably seen what Caleb Plant did to Trevor McCumbee. He was like, you know what? I ain't messing with him. He say Honeymoon Gia, he's susceptible. He say Honeymoon Gia ain't got no chin no more. Sonny Augustine, Bud is not the most avoided fighter, my brother. Sonny Augustine, most of the time in his career, Bud did the most avoiding. He could have fought Spence 3 times before they fought, and he said no. And Mr. Sonny Augustine, the reason why Canelo really doesn't want to fight Bud, because Charlo is a better 150-pounder, 4-pounder than Bud was, right? And Canelo got a lot of flop for beating on Charlo like that. So what the fuck you think? And Charlo is a career 154-pounder. Bud is a 135-pounder coming up. So if Canelo beats him, what kind of accolades can Canelo say? They're gonna be like, Canelo, you supposed to beat Bud. The nigga was 135-pounder. Rick Tim stupid. I'm gonna let Dr. Key read it. You must be on mute, best friend. I can't hear you.
Sorry. After the Canelo bout, Berlanga acts like a lame who paid a super sexy woman $1,500 to smash. Then afterwards walks around with his chest sticking out like she willingly deserved him inside of her.
That is what he acted, though, Key.
Thank you, Rick.
We got Lamont Roach. We got Lamont Roach on a surviving tank tour. Then we got motherfucking Berlanga. He happy because he didn't get knocked out. Like,
I mean, it really is a tour. Like, oh my God.
This is what pisses me off about men these days. And shout out to my brother Tevin in the building. When has it been great to get participation trophies, dog? Like, motherfuckers is celebrating not getting knocked out. Nigga, if I got beat, Sonny Augustine, you're a goddamn lie, brother. You are a goddamn lie. And I just explained that earlier. Bud ducked Danny Garcia, Sonny Augustine. Danny Garcia was trying to fight Bud at 140. Bud didn't want that fight, Sonny Augustine. And Keith Thurman was going to fight Bud. But Bud didn't want to sit there and do it when they said it, bro. Yeah. Bud ducked Danny. But I can't tell you who Bud did duck as well, Sonny Augustine. Jordanis Ugas, the guy that beat Bud twice. He was trying to fight Bud with his before he fought Spence. Bud turned it down. Bud also had a chance to fight Manny Pacquiao and become the A side of the 147 division, Sonny Augustine. Why did he duck? Why did he duck Manny Pacquiao, Sonny Augustine?
Oh,
and
Lord.
then Bud also had a chance to fight Sergey Lipinets. He left 140 for that too. And then he gave Boots his belt because he didn't want to fight. So don't tell me about somebody being the most avoided. Do your homework.
Okay, speaking of doesn't want to fight. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Tay. Speaking of doesn't want to fight, Bruce, Shushu, as we know that he's coming on Saturday, right up?
Yeah.
And he said that Rafael Espinoza is ducking him. He said, and I quote, "I got word that Espinoza doesn't want to fight me, so what's the point of calling him out? You've seen me come to his fight, and I say I want to chop down that tree." Pause. Bruce, don't ever say that again. Shoot, you don't say that again.
That's something you say to a tall ass woman. I want to chop that tree down.
Oh my God. So what's up? Is Espinoza ducking Shushu up?
Hell fucking no. He's never once mentioned Espinoza's name, dog. Man, Shushu, you are not on the level of Robisi, dog.
Well, he said, he is the number one for the WBO and the WBC, so we should be getting that fight soon. I guess maybe Espinoza is waiting to see if he's Mando. What?
Mr. Pride, dude, you don't know shit about boxing, bro. You still my nigga, though. Bob didn't say he blocked Bud and Pacquiao. I could pull up the video. Bomac and them fucked the fight up, bro. It was Bomac and them. And Shushu, you best believe Espinosa and them is gonna they are gonna respond to this, Key. They on the clock right now. They are on the clock. Like, bro, you just really disrespected Espinosa when you never even said nothing to this man, Key. The only two people
he chop down. He said he want to chop down that tree.
And shout out to my brother Richard Laddie in the Cash App with the $5 holla. I appreciate you, King, for supporting the grind. Can I get 4 more people to support the grind for the day? Can I get 4 more people to support this grind for the day on this Shabbat? And I appreciate all y'all for coming through and showing us love. I just need 4 more people to support. But yeah, he talking about, man, Espinosa. First off, Shoo, you are nowhere near Shoo. I'm be honest. If I had to take Shoo versus Robisi, I got Robisi all day, every day. And Espinosa beat that dude. Espinosa beats the shit out of Shoo. Just like Shoo said he wanted to fight Inoue. And Inoue came to the fight. And then after that performance, Shoo said, I need some more practice. Exactly, Big Supreme. This guy right here has been calling out Bud all day, every day. Every day. And Bud talking about, I'm not trying to fight nobody else at 154. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Cigar was a good fight.
Big
Cigar was a good fighter, but Espinosa, nah, it's different.
That whole Bud camp, including Shakur, never fight guys in their prime. Bud next fight at 54 will be for Undisputed, which is some BS. Ooh.
How is this next fight at 154 be for Undisputed?
I think after Canelo, remember he said he wants to go back down. So if somebody collect the belts again, Bud gets in there, he'll be 3 times undisputed. I don't think that's ever been done in boxing. He's trying to get 3 times undisputed or 4 times. He go up there if he beat Canelo, and then goes back down.
If he beats Canelo, he'll be 3 times. But,
right, but then if he goes back down to 154, he'll be 4 times and collect the belts.
But the belts are with 4 different people. So how the hell would he go back down? His next fight would be for Undisputed. It's 4 different people with the belts. You got Fundora, you got Murtazalev, you got Bud,
by that time, it's gonna change hands a couple times. You got Fundora. I mean, we keep forgetting that PBC got that the 154 match coming up by the end of the summer or early fall. So if it changes a little bit,
but still, they're not consolidating all them fights yet. Even if they do that,
Black, what happened to your wrench? What happened to Bet on Black wrench? Hey, Bet on Black.
I don't know. I never took it. You know, YouTube takes it away. I'll put it back up there though.
Okay, but what were you saying?
Oh, that's not the same Bet on Black, Key.
Oh, okay.
The Bet on Black you talking about is the female.
Okay.
Her name is always Bet on Black.
Okay. Canelo has a rematch in the contract. Okay. Well, Bud said he could fight Virgil and Fundora for a little penny. That's a lie. I don't know if he'll want to get in there with Virgil right now. Virgil got all the momentum. Virgil is looking really good.
Let me tell you why that won't happen, no, Key. Because Bud doesn't want a little penny. He wants a pretty penny. He wants a pretty penny. Fuck no, Rick Timms. Rick Timms, you said, do Skull have a chance? Honestly,
oh my God.
The only chance he got is if he's as good as Errol Spence. But Skull has never been 12 rounds, y'all. And he ain't going to knock Canelo out. So even if Skull was to outbox Canelo, he doesn't have the power to stop Canelo. So even if he was to beat Canelo the same way Errol Spence did, they both Cubans. And not saying that the Cuban school of boxing is not there. But, Vladimir Shishkin always did it. But even if he did show up and show out against Canelo, it's not going to happen. LaMarcus already said that. I said Bud, Bakaram, Fundora, And I don't know who's the other champion at 154, Key. You got Bud Bakaram Fundora.
Then you have
Fundora got 2 belts, don't he?
Fundora does have 2 belts, and
Okay,
then it's
that's it. That's
Crawford,
it.
and then yeah.
Okay, yeah, Fundora. I forgot Fundora got 2 belts. Never mind. I forgot he had 2 belts. Well, hell, that's only one fight then that it needs to be Murtaza versus Fundora, and then Bud. Yeah, if those two
Fundora,
fight,
yeah.
if Fundora fights Murtaza, then Bud can come down for undisputed.
Salute to the beautiful queen. Why you mad, Toya? Hey, girl.
Exactly, Cash Crypto. No, he can beat Canelo for 12 rounds. Rick Timms, that was not true. That was not true. Virgil denied it one time. He didn't deny it the second time. And the first time, Virgil only had like 10 fights. And he said he wasn't ready for it yet. But Virgil tried to fight Bud at 154, and Bud denied it, Rick Timms. He was trying to fight him instead of after the Masvidal fight. And Bud wasn't trying to go. Bud wasn't trying to budge. Shout out to the beautiful queen. Why you mad, Toya? And Key, I already figured that out a minute ago, best friend. That was a long time ago. But can I still get 4 people to support the grind for the day? On this Good Friday, can I get 4 people to support either the Cash App or the PayPal?
Did you download those pictures of the fight cards?
Oh yeah, hold on. I got them.
We got 2 good cards coming up tomorrow with
I got them. I just gotta upload them to here.
Okay, y'all be nice now. Y'all be nice. Okay, we got 2 good fight cards coming up tomorrow. Huh?
We got 1 good card.
Upper, you're such a hater. It's a good card.
I keep it real, Key.
We
got 1 good card. And can I ask you one question, Key? Is Brian Norman like the third? Is he the opener of the fight?
No, Brian Norman. Okay.
Is Shooter Cobain? Is Shooter Cobain and Brian Norman is just like the opener?
No, so Shoo is like the third person. The third person down is Michaela Mayer, and then Brian Norman Jr. and then I think Shoo, and then Tiger and Emiliano Vargas in that order, and then with I mean, of course, the Tevin Farmer card, but I think that's how it's gonna go with the whatchamacallit, but it is Michaela Myers and Sandy Ryan's card. Does anybody got Norman on upset alert? Ooh, nah, he should get this. He should.
The one fighter that would have gave the upset alert, he pulled out that fight. So,
with Boots.
Him and the other dude, the Spanish guy.
That's the one, Derek Cuevas, who's 27-1.
No, it was one dude before that.
It's always been Derek Cuevas.
I would love to see Derek Cuevas get a hold of his ass though, because I would be laughing like hell. Because I'd be like, you just ruined your Boots payday, nigga.
Oh my God. Hey, Kevin.
Like, look, could you imagine how they would feel if they lose the Cuevas when they had a chance to lose the Boots and get paid?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, in light of spring,
they put asses in pink.
And oh my God, in light of this being spring, of course, I had a pink tulip background. Y'all, a kilo, Rick, don't hate.
Like a fucking tulip.
All things, don't hate. Brian, Big Supreme, don't hate.
Shout out to my brother Kawhi Elliott, the Mexican monster, in the Cash App with the $2 make him say holla. Appreciate you, King. Now, appreciate that. My brother always coming through. Now, can I get 3 more people to look out for the channel for the day? I just need 3 more people. It don't matter what you're seeing. Just look out for the channel. Look out for the grind. We appreciate. Well, I appreciate it all the time. We appreciate you for being here.
Lord, not his daddy gonna beat him. Okay, so here's the card. Basically, we have This is the shortest card of the weekend. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Golly, we're gonna be here all Saturday. This is the Michaela Mayer.
KQKC about to be working this weekend, boy.
I swear to God. So make sure y'all like, subscribe to our boy KQKC.
Me
best
too,
fight
fellow. I might put a little something on Cuevas as well, bro. I feel like Cuevas might. Whew.
So on this card, we have, I couldn't fit on there, Tiger Johnson.
August, hold on one second, Key. I'm gonna let you go. Sunday, Augustine, stop talking that nonsense. The reason why Al Heyman did not want Earl to fight Bud Sunday, Augustine, is because he was asking for a fucking 50%. That's why. The man does not sell. You've seen every pay-per-view does not sell. Errol Spence is a big commodity. He's a big star. He brings in money. All his side people will be making over $10 million per fight. Danny Garcia, Yordenis Ugas, Mikey Garcia. His opponents, Bruce Gas and Jazz Salute King, his opponents make big money. Terrence Crawford felt like he deserved 50%. And he didn't bring 50% to the table. That's why Al said it. You starting to aggravate Ty, brother. You starting to aggravate Ty. And I can't control him. Go ahead, Key.
Hey Bruce Gas, and I forgot to say salute to Crush the Legend. Always good to see my boy up in here.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Crush the motherfucking legend in the building.
So this is a 7-fight card, Michaela Mayer. This is going to be, if you are in Vegas, Top Rank Special. Bob Arum is promoting. It's in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, at that place. So we kicking it off with Emiliano Vargas. As you know, this is put up or shut up for the Vargas brothers, because the Davis brothers, Keyshawn Davis and co, are calling out the Vargas brothers. They want to do a Davis versus Vargas. As Vargas is 12-0. He is fighting Giovanni Gonzalez, who is 27-2. Okay, so Giovanni, last fight was back last year in October, where he lost by unanimous decision. So he is coming off of a loss in Modesto and Central Plaza. But he is fighting Emiliano Vargas. As we all know, Emiliano Vargas is coming off of a win, a knockout. He's actually on a nice little 3K knockout streak. He knocked out Larry Friars. He came in at 139. Larry came in at 138. So this is scheduled for 8 rounds. Who we got? Emiliano Vargas or Giovanni? Who we got? Gonzalez, upper. I got Emiliano. I think Emiliano's
gonna beat this guy. I don't know if he's gonna stop the guy. Like sometimes Emiliano don't put that up into it, but I got Emiliano. I got Emiliano Vargas because I heard something about him and Abdullah Mason supposed to be mixing it up next year. That's what he was talking about, but he said Abdullah Mason, but he might end up going to Keyshawn though, but Emiliano said he wants to smoke, so we'll see.
Yep, that's what he's saying, and we holding their feet to the fire. Next up, Tiger Johnson, 14-0. He's going against Kendu Castandia, who is 21-8. Kendu is from Texas. Shout out to our Texas folks. He just he lost. He's coming off 2 back-to-back. Oh, Elvis Rodriguez and Kenneth Sims beat him in 10-round bout. So he's coming off of 2 back-to-back losses, ladies and gentlemen, and he's getting in there with Tiger Johnson. It's scheduled for 8. Who we got? Tiger or Kendu?
I got Tiger in a tough ass battle right here, because this man right here, he was on Kenneth Sims' ass, and he was in Elvis Rodriguez's ass. He was there. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said once before, people that fight tough battles and fight tough people, they're not always as sorry as people think. They're not as sorry as people think. You said Sonny Augustine, bro, stop, dude. You're sitting here making a whole bunch of confounded statements that is not right. You said Lamont deserves more money for the rematch. Styles make fights, and you're hearing Tank wants a rehydration clause added. Dude, now you're over here pushing propaganda. Stop, dude, or Tyler's gonna let it rip on you today, bro. Now you pushing propaganda.
I never heard about no rehydration.
Ain't nobody said shit about no rehydration clause, dude. Ain't nobody said that you You just made that shit up and now you heard it. Stop, bro. Stop. That's your warning right there, bro. I don't mind you saying stuff when it's true, but we're not just gonna sit up here and blatantly lie.
Okay, so yeah, so shout out to, if I said Tiger Woods, my apologies. Tiger Johnson,
Oh
Delonte
damn.
Johnson. So I
Damn,
got
I
Tiger.
said Tiger Woods too.
My fault. I got Tiger winning this. I probably put this one going the distance. Tiger Johnson is not really known for his knockout power. He's 14-0 with 6 KOs, hailing out of Ohio. He's been going the distance his last couple fights back to back. Some people feel as though Tiger has lost a step when it comes to his offense. Let's see what he do. But I got
I
Tiger
don't
winning.
think he's lost a step. Oh, Akello said we didn't say it was him. I don't think Tiger lost a step. I feel like he's up in his competition, and the competition he's fighting is a lot more fierce. And so when you fighting people that's a lot better, you know you're not going to get the knockouts like that. He's getting battle tested right now.
Absolutely. Next up, let's get to the main card. Let's start with Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. is coming off of an injury, ladies and gentlemen. He's 26-0 with 20 KOs. His last fight was last year in May, where he beat the brakes off of Giovanni Santillan.
He bruised his
he is fighting. He is fighting Derek Cuevas, who is 27-1-1. He has 19 KOs, hailing out of Puerto Rico. We know how that Puerto Rican school of boxing comes upper. Like, they are relentless. He has never been in a 12-round bout. He is coming off of 4 KO wins with people who were 14-1, 28-5, 13-1, and 15-2. Of course, these were not the last one that he fought in America was back in 2022, where it was in Atlanta. What we got, y'all, this is going to be, I think it's going to be one of them ones. Derek Cuevas versus Brian Norman Jr. Who y'all got and why? I don't know what Upper's doing, but I got Brian Norman Jr. He hasn't failed me. Go ahead, Up.
I mean, honestly, Derek Cuevas should still be undefeated. Like, Derek Cuevas should still be undefeated, right? I seen that fight versus him against Ezekiel Bonelli, and he lost by a split decision. It was a 6-round fight. I thought Cuevas won that shit, but after that, he knocked out people 4 straight. And Damian Rodriguez was a good one. I think he got enough power to keep Brian Norman honest, but you know he's done fought more skilled fighters. Like he fought Breeders Prescott. He fought Luis Ernesto Jose. Like he's done fought Francisco Javier Chavez. Like he's done fought some people that got some miles, like Juan Garcia. Like he's done fought some people that's done like got some miles and that's veterans, seasoned fighters. And I think that, you know, the experience, I think he's gonna be something serious right there. It's gonna be a good fight.
Well, yeah.
And I think that his dad, I think him and his dad is gonna regret not taking that fight with Boots because this might cost them. This might cost them right there. Cuevas is not no slow leak, and you know they're not even a co-main. So you know, I hate to see it, but you know, karma's a motherfucker.
Well, this is a lot riding on. This is he's defending his belt. This is Derek Cuevas is his mandatory. So, I'm curious, Upper. I'm really curious. This is gonna be able to show us what Brian Norman has, you know. And I got Brian, but if I was to do an upset card, I would put Derek on there.
Brian Norman better not fight the way that he fought Quentin Randall. Because if he fights the way Quentin Randall fought him, and he keep his head on that line, it's not gonna be a good day for Brian Norman. And he might get sparked out. He might get sparked out. People say I don't think Brian Norman's power is that great. I just feel like he caught Santillan and caught him lacking with a shot that he didn't see coming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I'm not last up. Shushu. Shushu is fighting Enrique Vivas, who is 23-3. Now, Enrique Vivas hails from Mexico. Shout out to all my Chicanos out there. He
Guatemala. Si no mi honor gozo en la pata mi razón. Yo
Thank you,
vine,
Upper.
yo vine, y para Dios. Go ahead.
Thank you, Upper. So Enrique Vivas is the one. Joet Gonzalez beat him back in 2023, and he lost to Eduardo Baez with a majority decision. This is scheduled for 10. Bruce, as we know, Shushu, Mr. New York himself, is 14-0, hailing from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all my New Yorkers out there. Now Shushu has been, getting by with the tough of his teeth with Sagagwa. He won by
Solomon
majority decision.
Sagalo. You talk about
Yes,
Solomon Sagalo? Yeah,
yes,
I like
and then Dana Coolwell, he beat unanimously in an 8-round bout. So what we got, this one might be tough for Shushu as well.
I think Shushu gonna eat this nigga's food right here. This dude was not as skilled as Solomon. I think Solomon Sagawa, that was the toughest fight that Shushu has ever had, and he was able to pull it out. I feel like it's downhill from here. Like until he get in there with one of them champions, right now it's downhill from here. Nobody at 127 is really gonna give him any problems unless he goes against Robisi. That's what I feel about the 127 division.
Okay. Next up, Michaela Mayer, who Upper says, don't nobody want to see Michaela Mayer. Michaela Mayer.
Don't nobody want to be on her damn undercard. That's what I said.
Lord, come on now. Michaela Mayer is fighting Sandy Ryan. This is part
If
2.
I'm a champion, you think I'm gonna be on a Michaela Miller undercard? Fuck no.
Well, Michaela Mayer is 20-2 with 5 KO. She hails out of the beautiful state of California. She beat Sandy Ryan. Oh, yes. Shushu can't stop, dude. No defense. Yes.
That's why I said he gonna eat that nigga up.
Now, Sandy Ryan, she fought. Michaela Mayer did beat her. It was very controversial. It was back in 2024. Sandy Ryan is one of the UK darlings. She's hailing out of the UK. She's 7-2 with 3 KOs and 1 draw. She got a draw with Jessica McCaskill, excuse me, Miss Caskill, and now she's trying to run it back. She want to get back with Michaela Mayer. What we got on this OnlyFans card?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. OnlyFans models. I ain't trying to do a $4.99 subscription. But Michaela about to beat that ass. You said what?
Yeah, I got Michaela. Yes, I got Michaela. I think Michaela
about to tap that ass. Michaela gangster as hell. I remember Michaela did they did a video and she was talking shit to somebody. I said, oh, she gangster with it. Like she was gangster with that shit, bro. Like, yeah, Sonny. Norman should have been the main event versus Boots, making 18 times his biggest payday, but he let his dad be greedy and talk him into it. And talking about payday, I need 3 more people to support the grind. Can I get 3 people to support the grind? Cash App or PayPal, man. Support the grind for the day. On this Good Friday, on this Shabbat, on this holy day. Can I get 3 people to support the grind for the day before we go into the good shit? Because the day Friday, y'all know what Friday means? Murder, death, kill.
Now, next up card, Upper, go ahead. So we got Michaela, we got Shushu, and Brian. That's a toss-up. I think Brian, I believe in Brian. He hasn't let me down yet, but let's see. Let's see how
I don't
this
want
goes.
to be a hater. I don't want people to call me a hater, but it would be funny as hell if he get his ass whooped. I would love to look at Brian Norman saying like, oh, you piece of shit. Like it would just be, maybe I'm wrong.
You are so wrong, Upper. So freaking wrong.
Yeah, but they should have just took the fight for 1.7. Like that shit would be just desserts, wouldn't it, Key? Like,
yes.
How would he feel knowing that he got his ass whooped for less than 100,000 when they could have got 1.7 for the same results?
He's probably getting paid some money for this fight up.
You say what?
He's getting paid some money for this fight now.
Kayla Miller is getting the most on the card. She's getting 120,000. Key, when you paying a fighter for a fight, you got to get revenue from somewhere. It's not pay-per-view, Key. The gate is not about to be high, Key. It's motherfucking 10 people on the card, Key. How much you think Brian Norman was getting on that card? Exactly.
Oh my God. Anyways, we have now, this is the William Zepeda card, y'all. Now I couldn't fit everybody because upper, get this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're gonna be going back.
This is the zone card, ain't it?
Yes, this is an 11 fight card. Okay. 11 fight card. So we're gonna be going from Top Rank to the zone. We're going to be flipping channels, y'all. Now, this card is being held in, we're traveling to Mexico with William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer. I couldn't fit all 11, guys. I mean, for obvious reason. But I did fit all 3 champions on this card that is fighting. We're going to start with the Queens, Yocosta Valle. I actually like her. She's the one that... she lost to Cynthia Estrada before she retired. But she also been on a nice, nice little streak. She got her get back. She beat up and knocked out. I'm sorry, she beat up and won. Against Elizabeth Corzo. Now, she's fighting Marlene Esperanza. Now, Marlene is not no slow leak. Marlene can get down. I like Marlene, actually. She's a good fighter. She is 15-2. She hails out of Houston. A lot of Texas folks on these cards this weekend. Shout out to Texas. And she did lose against Gabriela Alins. I remember that fight. And then she beat up Ariela Mocino. So who do y'all got for this? This is for the champion. I'm gonna go with Yocosta Valle. I think that Yocosta, with her, the way that she fights, I like the way that she's fights. She's from Nicaragua, really hailing from represent Costa Rica. And I like the way that she fights. It's something about the way that she fights for me. Like, I felt like that Estrada fight with Cynthia Estrada, and I'm a huge Cynthia Estrada fan, but I felt like that was a lot more close than what people give it credit to. I'm not gonna lie, but Cynthia Estrada did her thing. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way that the pressure that Yocosta brings. So I'm gonna go with Valle for this fight. I mean, the pressure that Marlene brings, but I'm gonna go with and I know I'm butchering their names. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go with Yocosta for this fight. I think that she's gonna bring it home. Yes, everything is Saturday. Hey, Andy. Everything is Saturday. This is a long card, y'all. This is a very long card. Speaking of afterwards, because we not done, my goodness. You got Oscar Collazo. Now, I'm a huge fan. He's the one at the bottom left corner. Oscar Collazo, he's 11-1. He's hailing out of Puerto Rico, but he was born in Jersey. So shout out to my Jersey folks. I'm a huge fan of him. He's the one that knocked out the dude, that the Asian guy from Thailand, Thamamoon. I don't want to butcher his name, but he was 25-1. His only loss came from the knockout by Oscar Collazo, and that was a statement win. That was on the Golden Boy undercard. And Oscar Collazo was like, he want all the smoke. I feel like momentum is definitely in his favor. He's fighting Edwin Hernandez, who is 13-2 with 1 draw. He only has 4 KOs. He's hailing out of the beautiful country of Mexico. But I will say this, he's on a 2 streak knockout rate. Edwin is. I got Oscar Collazo.
I like Collazo as well. Collazo gonna bust his ass.
You heard Marlene didn't make the weight. I know she not ducking. I know she ain't. You better be playing DZ. Nope. I hope Marlene not made the weight.
She didn't make the weight. Damn.
Exactly. We got to see that. Now, next up, with this is William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer. Now, I chose this picture because y'all keep making fun of his eyes. Okay. And as y'all can see, Tevin Farmer eyes is all in the same direction. Both of them are in the same direction. Period. All right. Now, Tevin Farmer pretty much had to do what he had to do to get this fight. Again, this is part 2. A lot of people felt as though Tevin Farmer won that fight, not to mention he did knock down William Zepeda in round 4. Now Tevin Farmer is 33 and 7. I keep forgetting that Farmer got 7 losses. But he's 33 and 7. This is for the WBC interim world title. This is scheduled for 12. William Zepeda is 32 and 0 with 27 KOs. He's one of the very few boxers in boxing right now that throws over 1,000 punches per fight. Tevin Farmer requested 24/7 VADA testing or some type of drug testing because he felt as though they weren't drug tested enough. And how was Zepeda able to do this? Throw over 1,000 punches without getting tired. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Thank you, Talib. Thank you guys so much. Okay. But they looking at different. Thank you, hands down. Thank you guys. Anyways, upper chat, who y'all got? Talib, Marquis. Thank you, Marquis. All things, Toya. What we got with this one, y'all? William Zepeda or Tevin Farmer? And does it go all 12?
I got Zepeda.
Okay, by knockout or decision?
I think Zepeda gonna put it on Farmer this time right here, and I think he's gonna show him like, look, nigga, you're not nothing. You're nothing. And I think it's gonna be classic, some savagery. But I got to keep an eye out on that fight, though. You know.
You know what? You know what?
What are you talking about, Miss Reed?
Y'all not right. Y'all not right. Come on now. Now look. He looking in the same direction, both eyes now. We not finna do that. Thank you, all things. Thank you.
Hey, Key, why his eyes look like he chucking the deuces with both hands in the same direction? Like, you know how people chuck the deuces at somebody like, what's the, like, look like he's shooting the deuces over there.
No, he's not, upper. No, he's not. Y'all are so mean. I'm gonna go with
his motherfucking eyes are shaped like an L. One is straight and the other's way in the corner like an L. That shit's perpendicular.
Thank you. Thank you so much, upper. Thank you, GM. Thank you, Talib. Thank you guys so much. Y'all ain't right. I'm riding with Farmer. I'm riding with Farmer.
He said he got Farmer by split, but his eyes will be on the fight. He said split eye.
Now, this is happening in Mexico, and we all remember what happened with O'Shaquie Foster upper.
Man,
if Foster didn't get that knockout, they would have robbed our boy.
Man, Zepeda about to throw 1,300 punches and get rid of this man, dog. 1,300 punches. But shout out to my brother Fresh Baker in the building. Salute. Yoka Valley weighed 110. And Marlene, they were supposed to be fighting at 112, DZ. They fighting at 112. So 110, or are they fighting at 110? Either they fight, because you know it's the 108, 110, 112, 115, 118, 122. So are they fighting at 112 or 110? Because if they fighting at 110, then she's 3 pounds over. And that motherfucking 110, being 3 pounds over at 110, that's like motherfucking damn like 11% over. That's not what I asked you, DZ. Listen to what I'm saying, Princess. I said, are they fighting at 110 or are they fighting at the 112 division? Which division are they in? Because you know it's a 108 division, a 110 division, and a 112 division. I'm asking what division are they in, 110 or 112?
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Fresh Baker.
Do you know which division they in, Key?
It's supposed to be 110.
Oh, okay. So they in the 110 division.
No, excuse me. Let me make sure.
I didn't know if they was the 110 or 112. And we waiting on that. This the last time, man. Can I get 3 people to support the grind for the day on this Friday? I just need 3 people to support the grind. Don't sit back and think somebody else will do it. You can do it. Support the grind for the channel.
It's 112. It's flyweight. 112.
Okay, so she a pound over. Hey, get that motherfucker out 2 hours to make that 1 pound. But yeah, I just need 3 people to support the grind on this Friday, on this Shabbat, this holy day. 3 people support the grind, Cash App or PayPal. And I appreciate this. Yeah, so she a pound
Thank
over.
you,
She
guys.
wanted to make that. But damn, Yoka Valley came in 2 pounds under. That's good.
105. Is it one of I'm seeing on this side that is 112 because it's fly. So let's just see. Let's just see what they say. Maybe they can come to a consensus of the weight. She might have to pay some money up. She may have to pay her some money or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it ain't like they getting that much. But hey, fuck it.
You know what? Thank you, Upper. Okay, so Tevin Farmer or Williams Zepeda?
I told you I got debate about destruction this time. They said Zepeda and Sabrina Mattia has been having some tough training camps right now. You know that's Hey Kello, I'm glad you know, bro. He said Upper gonna close the door. He said Upper gonna close the door and not let us out until he get those 5 supporters like Marvin Sapp.
Because GM, I felt like Farmer won the first one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was a close competitive fight, but I had
You
a 7
also thought Sergey Bogachev beat Virgil Ortiz.
Absolutely, he did. He put hands and feet on that man.
Yeah, but
I want the rematch.
that's why Virgil Ortiz won 8 rounds to 4 rounds, even though he got dropped.
No, he
in
did not. He did not.
I've sat there and showed when you not here. I've showed the fight, and we seen the 8 rounds that Virgil won. It's just Sergey won 4 rounds, and the rounds was 10-8, but he won them. But you only get credit for 1 round. 1 round is 1 round, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You might whoop a motherfucker ass that 1 round, but it's still just 1 fucking round.
Well, on my upset this weekend, I got Farmer and Cuevas for my upset card. Dude literally kidnapped the whole church. Oh, Lord Jesus, Cash. I think he won, GM, but I think this is going to be a really good fight. To be honest with you, outside, I like Michaela Mayer card. I think it's a really stacked card, but this is the one I really want to see, Upper. The Williams Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. I don't even care about hardly none of the other fights. I want to see this part too. And I'm very proud that Tevin Farmer put the pressure on them.
Yeah, well, we should have it up in the chat, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna air it on Discord. I'm gonna definitely air it on Discord. I'm gonna try to air both of them. I mean, we're gonna be flicking back and forth. I don't know.
Or we can just run 2. Or you can run one and have somebody else run the other one. Like we can run more than one.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me 2 seconds so I could set up for the whatchamacallit.
You gotta send me the things anyway.
I sent it to you. I sent you the picture.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Let me check again.
It's the first picture.
I said, let me check again. Please fuck up.
I got 7
Oh, okay, I got
Fight Game. Thank you, Fight Game.
I got it. Shout out to my brother, Fight Game in the building. Salute, Fight Game. Salute, my brother. This looks like this about to be a good one. And bro, shout out to my brother Fight Game, man. Fight Game, one of the ones that come through and support. My brother Fight Game, he sent the $5 holler. He say, if YouTube had the streets, this show would be in the hood. Best show on YouTube, easy. Salute Dr. Key. Shout out to my brother Fight Game in the building, coming through, supporting for the 9-9 in the grind. Appreciate you, King. Now it's 2 people left. 2 people that's left. Are you that somebody, like Aaliyah say? Tell me if you that somebody. We just need 2 more people to support the Grizzly. But like I said, appreciate you, Fight Game, for coming through and support and showing up and showing out. And I appreciate everybody that supports the grind because people don't understand it's not easy just to get up here and keep a show going for a couple hours. Like, people really don't understand that. Like, it takes charisma. It takes dedication. You got to prepare these shows ahead of time. Like, it's hard to keep this shit going. Like, people don't understand. That's why I see why a lot of people, they just let that shit go. They be like, man, you know what? I can't keep doing this. Like, this shit hard. That's why people take breaks. But you know, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You feel me? And like the general say, you give a nigga a microphone. I'm that nigga. You give me a microphone. Damn it.
My goodness.
Oh, you back, best friend? Okay, cool.
Y'all are
You know,
something
what we do?
else. Nothing.
I just said you give a
Nothing
nigga
at
a
all.
microphone. I just said I'm that nigga with the microphone.
Thank you, Upper. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to have a lot to talk about on Monday. That's for sure. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Stop letting Shakur get away with these layups. Oh, come. Tevin, if you got Tevin, you want Shakur versus Tevin. I mean, I got Zepeda. I think Zepeda's going to.
Shakur versus Tevin would be nice, but Shakur ain't
I
going
think
to.
that's a good fight, Up.
I don't
GM
think Shakur
thinks
will
that
take that.
Farmer washes Shakur. I mean, that Shakur washes Farmer.
Who said that?
GM thinks that it's a trash fight. Shakur versus Tevin.
Shit, me. Tevin Farmer with that power.
I gotta see it to believe it. But let's see if Tevin Farmer will be the rose, the flower that rolls out of the concrete. Thank you, all things. Thank you guys so much. I need to see Shakur versus some volume. Well, he's in Mexico, so I feel as though if Tevin Farmer don't get the stoppage, Zepeda will win. Like, for real. And I think that's a really good matchup, Tevin Farmer versus Shakur Stevenson. I can't even stunt. But that's all I got for boxing talk before I get into true crime. Hey, Tierlando. Thank you, Tierlando. Thank you so much. Upper, do you got anything else?
Hold on 1 second. Keep going for a second. I'm trying to get your picture up here real quick.
Okay. Let me see what the chat is talking. Biker boys. What biker boys? Lord have mercy. What biker boys? Well, I will say, June 27th is when Deontay Wilder fights the Herndon guy, Terrell, on June 27th in Kansas. If you guys are in Kansas, woo! I might make it to that fight. Because I think Kansas from Chicago. What Dave and Windy City at? Because I've never been.
It's about 8. It's between 8 to 10 hours. Shout out to my brother Marquis in the Cash App with the $2 holler. Appreciate you, King. Now, it's just one person away. Can we get that one person to finish it up for the day? One person now. Before we get to this crime drama, this murder, death, kill.
Upper.
And shout out again to my brother Marquis.
Zepeda came in weighing 134 and Farmer came in weighing 135. Just for everybody.
Oh yeah, so Zepeda ready. He ready.
And they got into a shoving match, him and Farmer. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see it. Stop playing. Shakur put on a bad performance at F the fans and it said the fans need to go study boxing. Lord Jesus. Snack. Who's on snack? GM? Tevin Farmer? Hands of phone. Thank you, Marquis. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, Upper, did you
hold on, I had to edit it out because I don't know what you did to the thing, so I gotta edit the thing so I can get it up here.
Hands of phone.
I don't know what format you used, but
you got Zepeda fight game. I'm just
She's not gonna bet on Farmer. She telling y'all she got Farmer, but she not about to bet on that nigga.
I thought he's going on my upset card, my upset bet.
Okay, so you're not gonna be upset because that's it.
Hands of tissue. Thank you, Banks. Thank you so much. I think I'm tired of robbed. I'm tired of Farmer getting robbed though.
Shakur's hand's not even tissue, but at least tissue stays together to wipe the shit out your ass crack. His hands won't even stay together His hands won't even stay together long enough to wipe that shit out your ass. You feel me? His hands is not strong enough and long enough and brave enough to wipe the shit out your ass. And I'm just being real. That nigga can't motherfucking break a promise or fight cancer. And shout out to the beautiful queen who's been coming through, Miss Latasha Murphy, in the Cash App with the $5 holler. Ending this sabbat right here, making sure we got to where we need to get to. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate everybody that supported the grind. Look, if you're not part of the Discord, you need to get there. We going fight week. Fight week this weekend in the Discord. Y'all know we like to watch the fights in there. You heard what I said, Marquis. She in here somewhere.
Oh, and before we get to the boxing, I want to send my heart and prayers to the people of Thailand. They experienced a 7.7 earthquake with more than 100 people deceased. So I want to send my thoughts and prayers to those individuals in Thailand. I couldn't imagine. My heart goes out to all of you guys, and I'll definitely say a special prayer for you all tonight.
Can I tell you something about them Thai people? They very fucking rude too, dog.
Okay, thank you, Upper.
Like I'm just saying, like they so fucking rude. They so disrespectful to people. But I'm sorry about what happened to them. But like, Key, you just don't understand. Like they like the Philippines. Like they will talk crazy to people. Like especially if you're of color. They do not like us of color. But man, shout out to everybody, man. Hey, Kello, I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest.
You see what I'm saying? Oh my God. Thank you.
I'm gone, man. Since I ain't shit, I'm gone. Bye. Goodbye.
But we are done with boxing talk. My goodness. We are done with boxing talk. Oh my God. We are done with boxing talk. We are going to get into true crime. And today's true crime story, if you don't know, I am in the social services field. And although I chose counseling in another field, I've always kept my eye and 1 foot in the dough of true crime, listening to and studying extensively of these crimes that the majority of us have never heard of. And today is no different. We are traveling to Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, Mount Vernon, Ohio, to be exact, where we're going to mix trees and leaves, a fetish, and a compulsion that has pretty much never been seen before. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I've heard of OCD. I've heard, different types of OCD. I've heard of people having the craziest fetishes, like feet and everything. But I never heard of a story where a man had a fetish about trees and leaves. So today is one of those stories where you're going to be scratching your head like, wait a minute, is this a joke, Key? And I'm going to tell y'all, no, it's not. In fact, he is dubbed the tree leaf killer. He had an obsession with trees and leaves since he was a child and did the unthinkable with his victims. So he comes from out of Ohio. And I'm not saying all Ohioans are bad or anything like that, but dang. Good God Almighty. Oh, 2 cents. I hope you get home. Okay, Queen. Make sure you got AAA. I hope you're okay. So let's get into the story of Matthew Hoffman, aka the tree leaf killer. So as y'all know, pop you some, if you're going to warm you up some food, go ahead. You're going to pour you up something, go ahead. Smoke you up some, go ahead. And allow me to paint this picture with words for y'all. Now, Matthew Hoffman was born on November 1st of 1980. Now, he was born to both parents. And the thing is, when he was a child, right, Matthew was known, like he had different stages. So he was an outgoing child, looked relatively normal, but as he got older, people would begin to think like, okay, he's a little odd, right? He's a little oddball. And so what his mother would do is keep Matthew in the garden with her, keep him outside. You know what I'm saying? And so at a very young age, Matthew developed a relationship with trees. He would climb trees. He would be on trees for hours at a time. Thank you, Marcus. Hey, animalistic. He would be in like stand on top of trees for like hours at a time. Like he had his safe haven around trees. Another thing that he liked were like birds and squirrels, and keep that in mind because we're gonna get there. Okay. So like, but he like just had this fascination with the trees. His mother couldn't keep him up out of the garden or outside in the backyard. He would also travel as he was a young child with the other kids in the block. Let me close my window because I don't know if y'all can hear that wind. But he would also travel to different fields, different forests that's around. I guess in the city. I've never been to Mount Vernon. But he would, travel and look at trees and climb trees and everything. And so when he became a teenager, he found this particular tree that he was like obsessed with. It stood almost 60 feet tall. And in the branches of the tree in the middle part, it was hollow, like you can throw stuff down there. Okay. And so Matthew would climb this tree and be around this tree as a teenager. This was like his staple. Okay, this was his staple. Keep that in mind. So as Matthew grew older, he became more reclusive, to himself. Even graduating high school, he didn't know what he wanted to be. So he did go to the local college in Mount Vernon, and he took up electrician. But he didn't finish. He dropped out. And at that time, this was like around 1997, his parents would end up divorcing. And so some people feel as though that's where the spark hit for Matthew, where he kind of began to unravel. I'm not blaming divorces for that. I think it's always in people. They just need a little nudge, a little push. But that's what happened, right? We do know in 1997, his parents divorced. We do know he tried to go to college. He did not make it. No offense. I'm sorry. He did not make it. And so he decided, like, you know what? I'm not going to be here, just in Ohio. I'm going to move to Denver, Colorado. And that's what he did. He ends up going from Ohio all the way to Denver, Colorado, and working as a plumbing assistant. Now, we all know that when you are in these service fields, these type of jobs where IT, plumbing, HVAC, you are coming into people's homes, right? And back then, when you were IT, you would have to come there. Now we can do everything remotely, but back then, that's how it was. And so by him being in plumbing, he would go into people's homes and fix their plumbing issues. Well, one person home that he went into was a condo. Hey, Dave, was a condo. He owned a condominium. And so the owner was talking to Matthew, letting him know that, hey, I'm going to be gone for a few weeks, like they were just talking, having, I guess, God talk, right? Letting them know that the owner didn't even know Matthew, but he was letting them know his schedule and everything. So Matthew was taking this all in, and he's like, okay. And so when the owner left to go out of town, Matthew decided to sneak on in. Okay, he snuck in, y'all. And he basically broke into the condos home. Well, I can't even say, it's not what you think, like where they kick open the doors or go through the window. He knew the code and everything because he was the plumber. So he had all the access he needed to know how to get in there. And so for several days, Matthew sat at this man's house and was plumbing. He was also eating up all his food, eating up all his snacks, kicking it. The condo had a neighborhood pool. Matthew would go out there, go swimming. He was just kicking it, y'all. Until the day came where Matthew realized, like, damn, I done left my DNA all over this man's house. And he's gonna know that I was here because he had made such a big mess. And so in Matthew's eyes, he's like, you know what? You know what I should do? I should just make this whole place disappear. And that's what he did. He went out to the gas station, bought some gasoline, came back to the home, and covered the condominium in gas and set it on fire. He felt like setting this on fire would rid of the evidence that he was there. Okay. Now, when the owner returned home immediately, he found, his house in shambles. It was, unrepairable. And so Matthew, instead of staying in Denver, Colorado, he like, this is my chance. I got a dip. He goes back to Ohio, Mount Vernon, Ohio. All right. And he's like, okay, he calls his mom up and he's like, Mom, I'm on my way back home. Okay. So now, no, he's not, Dave. So before Matthew can make it home, the detective has already pieced together and got a composite sketch of this guy, Matthew. Because remember, he was outside kicking the bobos. He was not keeping a low profile. And so they called Matthew and was like, did you set fire to a condominium? And Matthew, being honest, I guess, said yes. And so he asked the police, am I going to go to jail for this? And they were like, yes. So Matthew turns around from Ohio and heads back to Denver, Colorado, where he has to serve out 6 years of his sentence. And he's released in 2000. Okay. Now, this is the story. Okay. He's released in 2006. Okay. Now, when Matthew gets home, he's paroled to his mom's house. And ironically, I guess, because he had such a hard time in jail, it is reported that Matthew was beaten on in jail. He was bullied and everything else in jail. I'm not sure if there was any other type of issues going on, but I do know from his own mouth that he had a time, basically. And so he was now even more recluse. He did not really hardly talk to anyone. But when he got out, he ended up meeting this girl, his girlfriend, and he was also living with his mother. Well, Matthew began working in some type of installation type field. And he was able to actually save up enough money to purchase his first home. Okay. Now, his first home is described, the neighborhood is like a suburban type of area, working class, middle class type of family. All right. And so he ends up moving in his girlfriend with him. But what would end up happening is as he became a shield of himself, at first it was all, roses and dandelions with the girlfriend. But the girlfriend would begin to realize that, Matt is kind of crazy because he would just pop off, ladies and gentlemen, like go through some things. He would have rage fits where one minute he cool, the next minute he'll just start yelling and being angry and everything else. Okay. Thank you, Akilo. He would be angry and everything else. Okay. And so the girlfriend was like, look, I can't keep going through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. And the last straw for her was when he choked her until she passed out. But before that happened, the girlfriend, let's call her Leslie. Leslie would end up becoming friends with some of the neighbors. And one of the neighbors was a single mother. Okay, was a single mother by the name of Tina Herman. Now, Tina Herman was 32 years old. She had 2 kids, her 11-year-old son named Cody and her 13-year-old daughter named Sarah. All right. Now, she is described, Tina is described as a fun-loving mother. She's seen at the bottom in the middle. She's described as a fun-loving mother. She had recently broke up with her boyfriend / fiance. But she was just, working basically to put keep a roof over her children's head and everything. She worked at the local Dairy Queen and she would be home every time her children made it home, but she was always there for work. Okay. Every day for her shift, even was known to come in early. She was always known to work at Dairy Queen. Like she was one of those star employees. Okay. And so the girlfriend, Matthew's girlfriend, Leslie, became acquainted with Tina. And, it was conversations, they became friends. But one thing that people in the neighborhood began to realize about the girlfriend was that she was once bubbly, she was once nice, and she began to stay home a lot more. When people would pass by her, they would ask to talk to her, and she'll just be quick to get in the house. Okay. Until that one fateful day where Matthew just snapped and beat up his girlfriend Leslie to the point where she almost passed out. And that's when Leslie left the home, fled, rightfully so, packed up, and went to the police station and filed charges on Matthew. So let's rewind a bit. He went through his parents' divorce. He was sentenced to 6 years in jail. He was able to get a job and buy his own home, but now his girlfriend left him. Okay, so we're seeing an imbalance going on mentally with this man, all right, where he's not able to handle it. And the only way that Matthew decides that he can put some normalcy back in his life is to go back to what he knows as a child, and that is trees and leaves. And so Matthew, the neighbors would begin to walk by or drive by Matthew's house, and they would see Matthew in the tree in his backyard up there for hours, like he used to do as a child. Okay. They would also notice that around the block, there would be like these little traps set. And the traps that he was setting was for squirrels. Remember, I said he had a thing for squirrels and birds. So he would set tree traps for squirrels and birds in the neighborhood. And when he would catch one, he would take them back to his home and cook them and eat them. Okay. So he was now eating from the land of what the tree produced and what the tree housed, which was the birds and the squirrels and any other animal life that would be in the trees. And this was going on in the neighborhood to the point where people were like expressing concern, like, yo, this boy is a weirdo. Like, why is he doing that? Well, then shortly after his girlfriend left him and he would be in the trees, his job would end up calling him and letting him know that they were letting him go because he lied on the application. Remember, he was doing some type of installation work. And when they asked for the criminal background, if he had one, he said no. Well, after they dived into his background, they realized that, yo, you set a person's house on fire back in Denver. We cannot have you working here. So now he is girlfriendless and jobless, okay? And he doesn't have anything but the trees. But now he's starting to study the animals, and he's realizing that they have a family. I know this sounds crazy, but bear with me. And so Matthew wanted his family. Okay. Matthew wanted somebody that he can come home to. Okay. And be there with. And so one day he decided to climb up his tree in the backyard. No, he decided to take a drive in the neighborhood, and he settled on this house. Now, remember I said that the girlfriend was close with Tina, the single mother with the 2 kids. He decided to go to her home, but he was like some feet away from her. And what he did was he parked his car on a slide. Okay. And he would climb into the tree that was adjacent to her home, and he would watch her home for hours. Okay. So on November 10th of 2010, Matthew noticed that Tina and her 2 kids was not there, after staking out for hours on top of a tree. And so he decided to climb down this tree, walk over to her home, go into the garage, and he was able, because remember, he's an installator, he knows how to work on homes and stuff. He was able to prop the garage door open. How he did that, I'm not sure. But we do know that he was able to open the garage door, okay, and sneak into the home. He then went into Tina's home and waited. So Tina was getting off from work from Dairy Queen and made her way home. She did not know that anyone was in her home. And when she walked in, she was met by Matthew Hoffman. All right. Now, he immediately pulled out a knife and began to attack Tina. She was fighting back as much as she could. But get this, what Matthew was not accounting for was Tina's best friend, Stephanie. Stephanie and Tina, prior to leaving work, had called each other, and Stephanie was like, "Hey, girl, I'm gonna come over once I get off and once you're off, okay?" Tina like, "Okay, girl, I got you. You feel me? I'll be home at X amount of time." So Stephanie is making her way inside of Tina's home because the garage door is open. She's able to just let herself in, and she walks into Tina being attacked. So Stephanie begins to try to fight back and get away at the same time. But unfortunately, the butcher knife that Matthew had, it was described as like a hunting knife. One of them big, big hunting knives that you can stab like bears and stuff with. That's the type of knife he had. He turned it onto Stephanie and began to violently stab her. So he had Tina on the ground and he had Stephanie on the bed. So he was going back and forth stabbing these women. All right. So after that happened, he said, and I quote, I wanted to make sure that they were dead. Once they were completely dead, he drug both of their bodies into Tina's bathroom, the house resident's bathroom, and he took that knife and began to cut up their bodies. Well, when he began to have a hard time cutting up their bodies because you can't use that knife just for anything, he went into Tina's garage and got a saw out of her toolkit and went back into the bathroom. But one thing I forgot to mention is that Tina had a small dog as well. And so the dog kept barking at Matthew, and he got frustrated and got nervous because he felt like the neighbors were going to hear it. So before he can finish cutting up Tina and Stephanie's body, he took the dog into the bedroom and cut up the dog's body and stuffed it into a trash bag. He then went back into the bathroom and began to finish up cutting up Stephanie and Tina's body. Well, while all of this is going on, remember I said Tina had 2 young kids. None of them was home when Matthew was staking out the house. Well, Cody and Sarah, Cody is 11, Sarah's 13. They're getting off the bus, walking up into the house. Now, one thing about Tina as a mother, she ran her house on a routine. Okay. So when the kids got home from school, she was always there to greet them. And so the first person to walk into the house was Cody, 11-year-old Cody. When he noticed that his mother was not there, he became like, wait a minute. So he began to call out to her. But right behind him was Stephanie. And so Sarah, the daughter. Now, Sarah, as Cody is calling out to the mother, Sarah is looking around the house and she's noticing blood splatter on the floor. And she's like, wait a minute, Cody. But before they could even react, Matthew comes storming out of the house and attacks both the kids. He tries to grab both of them, but Sarah was able to get away and run into the bedroom. But unfortunately for Cody, he was not. And Matthew took out the butcher knife, that big knife, that hunting knife, and began to violently stab 11-year-old Cody until he was unalive. All right. And so afterwards, as Sarah was in the room, she's trying to call 911. Before she could even dial 9, Matthew comes banging into her bedroom door, and grabs Stephanie. Okay. Grab Stephanie, Mr. Boxing Fanatic. I'm sorry, grab Sarah and begins to tie her up. You see, this was not a burglary. Matthew, remember I said he staked out that house. Matthew didn't want Tina. Matthew didn't want Cody, and he did not want the best friend Stephanie, which she was just a casualty. He wanted 13-year-old Sarah. All right. And so he was able to bind her. He used duct tape and he put a sock over her hand and wrapped her hand with the duct tape so she couldn't claw it out. He then began to bind her feet and everything and told her she has to be quiet. Don't say anything else. So then as he locked her away, tied her up to a chair, Matthew then decides to leave out and head to Walmart. He goes to Walmart and gets a bag of those tree leaf bags, them really like them 40-ounce, big black garbage bags. He then buys some tarp, okay, and a few other things. After he leaves Walmart, he comes back to the house. Now, Sarah is in her bedroom. She's tied up. She can't move. He then grabs Cody's body the 11-year-old Cody, and begins to chop up his body. He then puts all three parts of their chopped up body, so it's Tina, Stephanie, and Cody, all into these garbage bags and loads them into the car. All right. He then grabs Sarah and tells Sarah if she makes a noise, she's going to, she's going to be sorry. So Sarah willingly gets in the car with Matthew, and they drive back to Matthew's home. Well, when they make it to Matthew's home, that's when she sees these two pictures right there of leaves. Remember, I said he has a fetish with trees and leaves. So what Matthew was doing prior to attacking this household was he was gathering over 50 bags of tree leaves and putting it into his home and making his own nest. Does that make sense? Yes, industrial bags. Making his own, like a bird's nest, okay? He also would take the animals, the squirrels and the birds and stuff that he was killing, and their carcasses, and he was laying them out throughout his home, and he was also putting tree branches, so it looks like a bird nest, ladies and gentlemen. And he would put the squirrels and the birds and whatever else type of animals that he found near the tree, he would kill them and put their carcass in his refrigerator and freezer. Are y'all following me? So basically his home was like a bird's nest. Okay? It was like a tree. And inside of this tree, inside of the home, was the nest where all of the animals and his selected person could be. Okay. So when Sarah walked in, she noticed, as you guys can see in the two pictures in the middle, the tree leaves everywhere. So there were tree leaves in the living room, there was tree leaves in the bedroom and in the basement, and they were properly planted there. He then had wall to wall bags of tree leaves in his bedroom and stuff. Okay. And so he sat Sarah down and tied her up, and then took the car and drove somewhere, and then came back about an hour later. And we'll get to that point, okay? So then Matthew comes in, and Sarah, as she's looking around, she's thinking, now this is a very smart 13-year-old. And in my opinion, if it wasn't for Sarah asking these questions, she would not be here to this day. She would not be here, okay? Because Sarah in my opinion, she was gathering the information of everything that she was seeing, and she would begin to ask the questions. So when Matthew returned home, she asked Matthew, where's my mother? And Matthew told her that your mother has to pay me for you. You're being held ransom, right? And so Sarah was like, where's my brother Cody? And so he told her that Cody was being held with the mother and they have to pay you. Sarah did not know about Stephanie at that time. Okay. So then Sarah began to look at the walls. Now, what's not seen in these pictures is that Matthew would paint his walls with his hands in black paint, and with his walls told a story. So there's something that we have called art therapy in psychology. And we normally use this on abuse victims, especially child victims, because we find that it's statistically speaking, it's easier for a child to draw the pictures of what happened to them rather than talk about it. Okay. And so what Sarah saw was a picture all around his house of a small house, of birds, of trees. But one thing that investigators noticed was that there was a picture of a bald-headed white man smoking a pipe that was away from all of the pictures that he had drawn. He had a dog that looked like the same size of Tina and Sarah's and Cody's dog. Okay. So it was almost as if he drew this picture on his house walls, duplicating what he had saw from Tina's house. You get where I'm going with this? And so I have to come up with the conclusion that that bald-headed man on the wall was him. Okay. That he was the one that was away from the family smoking the pipe. Okay. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm only painting a picture of what investigators saw there and what Sarah was able to testify against with him. And so Sarah was like, you know, who are these pictures? You know, are you an artist? Like, she's really trying to talk to him. Okay. And Matthew was answering her. He's letting her know he's not an artist, that she's being held for ransom. And then one thing that she did ask was, she told Matthew that I'm hungry. You know, is there any food that you can feed me with? You know, and if there is, can you untie my hands so I can eat the food? And so Matthew goes into the kitchen and takes out one of these animal carcass, sorry, from his refrigerator and freezer and brings it to Sarah. Sarah tells him no, she doesn't want that. Okay. So he goes back into the refrigerator and gets out a box of cereal and grabs the milk. Now, when he pours the cereal, Sarah was like, okay, I can eat the cereal. But then when he opened the gallon of milk, it came out clumpy. It was spoiled and sour. And so she's like, you know what? Just go ahead and keep it. I don't need this. Okay. I don't need this. Right. So he takes the cereal back into the kitchen. But now he has to start developing his nest. And so he begins to take out several of the leaves, the trash bags full of leaves, and brings them downstairs to his basement. And that's when he begins to set the nest for Sarah, 13-year-old Sarah, to be down there. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, this all happened on November 10th. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Stephanie, the next day, Valerie, the manager at Dairy Queen, noticed that Tina was not there, nor did she call in. Now, remember I said Tina was a prompt woman. She would be there before the doors open. She was always reliable. She was a star employee. So Valerie, like, wait a minute, where's Tina? Right? So she calls Tina. Nobody answers. So she knows that something is wrong. So after a few hours go by, she calls the police and let me just say this. Everybody needs friends like this. Okay. So Valerie calls the police and reports Tina as missing. She just feels like something is wrong. The police goes by Tina home and notices, you know, nothing is out of the ordinary. He knocks on the door. Nobody answers. So there's nothing to really report, not to mention Tina's an adult. You understand? So there's really nothing that they can really do. You know, she's only been not seen for a few hours, right? So then a few hours later, another person that calls in Tina was her boyfriend. Remember I said she had just got out of a relationship, a long-term relationship with this guy, but they were still supposed to meet up and be there for the kids. And so when he called her phone and she didn't answer, he ends up calling the school. And that's when he found out that Cody or Sarah did not make it into school the next day. So now he knows something is wrong. So he too calls in a missing person for not only her, but for the two kids as well. Well, ain't this some stuff? The police ends up calling the boyfriend in as a suspect, you know what I'm saying, to question him, like, wait a minute. Now, you were the last person, as far as they know, to see Tina and the two kids. So what do you know? So the boyfriend is like, look, I was actually out of town working and I didn't have anything to do with this. So they end up checking out his alibi. It was air solid. So they're like, okay, it's not the boyfriend. Now, where is Tina and the two girls? Well, Valerie, the manager, she couldn't wait for the police no longer. Yeah, it had only been a day or two, but she like, man, look, something ain't right. Okay. So Valerie decides to pull up, period. She pulls up to Tina's home and she notices that Tina's car is still in the garage. So she starts walking around the house, and she notices that a window is open. Now, some people speculate that Tina, you know how kids are, if you make it home or if they make it home before you, sometimes you might have a key like in a false looking rock or under the mailbox or something like that. So some people speculated that Tina would leave the window open just in case, you know, for the kids to get in, and it was in the back. You feel me? So Valerie saw this window open in the back, and she decides to climb through it. And as she walks in, she notices that there was blood everywhere, from on the ceiling, the bed, the floor. And Valerie was like, I got to get my ass up out of here. You feel me? Like, wait a minute. So after she climbs out the window, back out the window, she calls the police, and she like, look, it's blood all up in this woman's house. Okay, y'all need to get here ASAP. Tina not here, these kids not here, and it's blood everywhere. So the police, a detective comes by and goes in. They are able to open up the door, and that's when they are met with blood everywhere. So they they dispatch other police officers, and when they realize the amount of blood that's there, that's when they get the FBI involved, because now we got 3 missing people. Okay. They had no idea that Stephanie was missing until the next day, when Stephanie's friends and family began to call in to the police station missing. And that's when they put the dots together that Tina and Stephanie are best friends. So now they have 4 missing people. The FBI involved. Everybody is involved. Where is everyone? Where are these people? But so they begin to scour through this property, begin to investigate. And that's when they seen a receipt for Walmart. Now, remember I said Matthew left and went to Walmart to get some plastic bags and stuff. Remember? And he came back, picked up Sarah and them and the body parts. Okay. Now they were like, look, this is our only clue. This is the day that that everybody was reported missing, November 10th. The receipt is dated for November 10th. Let's go back. Let's go to Walmart and let's see if we can start there. So they they subpoenaed the tapes from Walmart, and they began to look at the people that was there. And they're looking for the items that matches the, you know, the person that's carrying the items that matches the receipt. And that's when they see Matthew. Now, Matthew did not pay with cash. Okay. I mean, did not pay with a credit card. He only paid with cash. But they were able to look at his shirt, and they were able to see that he wore glasses. So he has some identifiers on him that can separate him from everyone else, right? And so they also looked at the security footage from the parking lot, and they saw Matthew walk into this Toyota Yaris, or Yaris, however you say it. And they're like, okay, Mount Vernon isn't that big. Let's pull up everybody that own a Toyota Yaris and let's see, you know what I'm saying, who we find. And that's when they were able to find the mugshot of Matthew Hoffman. And it was an exact match of the person that was in Walmart. So now they got their person. They got a person of interest. However, Matthew Hoffman had 2 residences on file. Remember, his mother and his own personal residence. So they decided they had enough information to go for a search warrant. But before they would just bust in there, because we do have 4 missing people, they decided to stake out at first. And so they waited outside of Matthew's mom's house, and they noticed that Matthew's mom was a woman of routine, right? She didn't have too much going on. So they automatically said, Matthew was not there. Let's go to that other residence. And that's when they saw lights and coming on and off in this residence. And so they decided to pick up Matthew, right? They end up catching him. So he comes down to the interrogation room, to the precinct. And for 4 hours straight, Matthew said nothing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch at his house, detectives are looking everywhere. They are met with sheer horror as they are sifting through piles and piles of leaves and animal carcasses all around this house. Okay, refrigerator, bathroom, everywhere. And that's when they spot a door. And so detectives are able to pry open this door, and it led down a flight of stairs, and the stairs were covered in leaves. Everything was in leaves. And that's when they seen Sarah, 13-year-old Sarah, in the basement on the pile of leaves as if she was a damn hummingbird, y'all. As if she was a red robin. Do you hear me? She was literally sitting on top of a pile of leaves, okay? And she was bound and tied up. So they quickly got her unbounded and took her to the emergency room, where they found out that Matthew for the past couple days had been sexually violating her. Okay, she was also malnourished already that quick. She was dehydrated and everything. Okay, so but one thing, miraculously, what Sarah was able to do was talk. You see, normally with victims, it take them a while, but Sarah was able to spill the beans. And the first thing that she said was, "I'm being held ransom. My mom has to pay the money, or he was gonna unalive me." So now detectives are thinking that, oh my God, it's other people working with Matthew, and that they got Tina and them. Something is going on. See, they didn't know that Tina, Cody, and Stephanie have been unalived at that time. They thought that they were working with a ransom situation and that there were more than one kidnappers. So, in order to figure out, while Matthew was remaining quiet at the precinct, he's not giving up nothing. They knew that they had to track down somebody that could, give them an intel on who this man was and potentially who he was working with. So they find out about the domestic violence incident. Remember, I said his ex-girlfriend left him and she filed domestic charges. Well, they go to the girlfriend, Leslie, that's what we're going to call her. And Leslie tells them that, it's a field, a forest field that he used to take us to. And it's trees there that he would make us climb that was 30 feet in the air, and he would build ham hocks on these trees, and we would stay there for hours and we would camp out. So if I were you guys, I would start there. Remember, he had a tree and leaf fetish, okay? So they went to this park and they found nothing. They couldn't find any remains, no shallow graves, no anything. Not to mention, remember I said he was reclusive, so there was no friends or anything. So now police officers were back at square one. And so they're like, okay, we got to get this man to talk. How do we get him to talk? Because right now he's facing a death penalty. All the charges from kidnapping to hostage, sexual assault, everything, he facing the death penalty in Ohio law. So they're like, okay, what if we were to take the death penalty off the board and offer him life in prison for his confession? Let's try that. And that's what they did. They told him that they know about the other three and that they will not charge him with the death penalty if he told them where they were located. And so Matthew wrote out his confession and told them what he did, how he violently stabbed Tina and Stephanie, how he violently stabbed 11-year-old Cody, chopped up their body and put them into plastic bags. He also gave the coordinates of the forest, which was 10 miles away, okay, and drew out the tree in which he stuffed their bodies. Now, remember I said at a young age, he was fascinated with this one tree that was 60 foot tall. And it was hollow in the middle. It had holes at the top in the middle. So he said that if you chop down that tree, you will find the remains of all three victims inside that tree. The police were shocked. Wait, what? You put all three of these victims' body parts inside of a tree? He said yes. And so the district attorney, the state attorney didn't even believe it. So he rode with the police. They went to the coordinates where they said it was, and crime scene investigators came out, and what they were able to do was saw a hole in the tree. And they put a mirror and a scope in there. And that's when they found the body bags. They then had to cut out the tree and dump out all 3 body bags of all body parts of the 3 victims, Tina, Stephanie, and 11-year-old Cody. Okay? And they were able to confirm that Matthew Hoffman did all of this. So he was charged with capital murder, 3 murders, and 1 kidnap and rape. Okay? Or grape, excuse me. All right? Now, after this went on, he requested a speedy trial, rightfully so. He was guilty, all right? And he was sentenced to 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole, all right? Now, here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Some people now feel, because this was only 10 years ago, okay? Some people feel as though he should have gotten psychiatric treatment for what he did, as far as been in the psych ward for the rest of his life. I'm gonna call BS on that, all right? Because he literally made a bird's nest. Okay, this how it is. His house was the tree. Inside his house was the nest. Okay, does that make sense? He had branches and trees. He's called the tree leaf killer because he was fascinated with trees, and he felt like the tree was the staple, was the one that was keeping him together for family. And so he captured Sarah and kidnapped her and held her hostage on a bed of leaves because that was his family. And Tina, her mother, her brother Cody, and the family's best friend Stephanie were in the way of him having his family, his forever after, in his own personal tree nest. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. As of today, Sarah, who's now an adult, she has suffered from psychological trauma, rightfully so. I did not put her picture up here because she's trying to live a very low-key life. She has not done any interviews. It has taken a lot of therapy and counseling. She's still in it today. And as far as Matthew Hoffman, he is still incarcerated and he will never see the light of day again. And this is when fetishes rear its ugly head. And that's why, and this is why this is called the tree leaf killer. He was fascinated with trees. He made his own nest. He got the animals and everything for them to live off on and eat. And if it wasn't for people that cared about him, his family and friends, their family and friends, we may have never known what had happened to those 3 individuals, and police may have never found 13-year-old Sarah. How do y'all like the story?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I hate that was a great. I mean, you always do your thing. And shout out to the 50 people that's still in here that paid attention to it, boy. She started to grow. She's supposed to be getting her channel together, y'all, so she can do it herself over there with the stuff that we all been asking for, but she been procrastinating.
I am.
But people like this, I feel like they should get locked up and put in general population. Like, I hate the fact that the system protects these people when they get locked up after they commit such vicious acts of atrocity. But what I hate even more is the people that say, oh, they should be in a psychiatric ward. No, the fuck they shouldn't. That man sat there and planned, plot, and did all this shit right here. I hate when they say people should be in a psychiatric ward. No. Let that nigga feel the wrath. Let him feel the pain. Put that nigga out there and let them get the game. That's all I'm saying.
His name is Matthew. I'm tired. He's from Ohio. His name is Matthew Hoffman. Hoffman. But all you have to do is type in the tree leaf, LEAF, killer, and he'll pop up. He was fascinated with trees and birds and squirrels, and he tried to have his own bird's nest inside of a tree, which was his home, and he kidnapped a 13-year-old girl. Yes, he's called the tree leaf killer. Only 10 years ago, people, not in the 80s, Not in the 70s, not in the 60s, 10 years ago, Ohio. And I bet y'all have never heard about this man. But I thank you guys. I'm going to be in Discord. Tomorrow, we're going to be watching these good fights, flicking back and forth, and visiting with KQKC. I thank y'all for sitting with me with this. I am coming with my channel. I promise. Because I do enjoy talking about this stuff, and I do enjoy bringing you guys serial unalivers and predators that y'all have never heard of before. And he's definitely one of them ones. But I got y'all. I promise. I promise. Once my schedule finishes clearing up. But I thank Upper, his beautiful wife and family. I thank the chat for sticking it out with me on these long Fridays when I come and bring y'all these stories. It take a lot of research for what I do, but I try to make sure I give y'all the real and the details so that y'all can see that it's people out here that's like this. Like, I can't even begin to tell y'all how many Matthew Hoffmans there are in the world. Hey, Thrill Hill, always good to see you. So shout out to the beautiful Queen Ty, the beautiful Queen Raina, Marcus, Mr. Boxing Fanatic. Shout out to All Things My Right Hand. Hurl, yes. Thank you guys. Upper, Big Dog, good to see you. Dave, Superior Green. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'm out.
Gon' fix it, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze